taste the difference?
Maybe.
Between these two drinks without looking?
If I did a blind taste test?
Yeah.
Do it.
I think I could. I think I'm brave enough to
We
say
got
I
him,
could do
audience.
it.
He closed his eyes live on camera. What an idiot. Anything could have happened.
Put a think bubble above my head.
This was just a training exercise. Don't do that.
Oh.
Hi, welcome to Off Topic. I'm your host, Michael. We got Trevor, Alfredo, PK.
Yep.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
cold.
That's it.
It's real cold here.
I realize we are all jacketed
Frozen
up.
It's
But
free.
Michael, I live
What's
in the
up?
South Pole and it's way colder.
No, you don't.
Someone does.
Yeah. He's talking about someone's going to be like, it's colder where I am. Austin falls apart when it's cold.
It's ridiculous.
I passed 3 car accidents on the way in today.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
three on the
I
highway.
caused 3.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
kept seeing the dust of your car at each car
Yep.
accident.
Skirt. You see the Indiana plate fade
was-
into the distance, and you go, yeah, that's me 8 years
Into the fog.
He was the guy
into
playing
the
ice cubes on the road.
unknown. Yeah, they're all. I put a bunch of like ice spikes out, so when their tires get punctured, the evidence melts away.
Oh.
Yeah, I call
Whoa.
it fraud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a couple of cars where it was just like right up against the guardrail on the shoulder, and like the front was smashed in, and I was like, oh, yeah. They,
People cook down the highway and like they
You
they
can't
think
be-
I'm a good driver. I'm like, it doesn't matter. The ice is there. You could lose control.
I will say that the cars that I saw that were all smashed in and that one, unfortunately crashed. I was like, you really thought you could drive on the icy road with that one?
What kind of
like-
cars are you seeing?
They're
DeLorean?
just
A moped?
They're just older, beat up vehicles, and it's like
that's always-
I've driven that all my life.
Well, that's always
I
the
don't
car.
risk that even in the rain.
This is when you see the news footage, right? That's always the car
What?
driving
Stop
into the
breeze.
flood, right? They're like, I can make this
I can
exit.
make it. Oh my
and
God.
it's like a
It's
fucking
on the
sedan.
board.
Yeah.
Whoa. Cameron, what the fuck?
the glass.
Karen just walked
Hang on.
into the glass.
Hang on, like a bird.
There's
like a
no
bird hitting the glass.
No way.
Boom.
Pigeon.
No
That was a
way.
pigeon.
Bring it back.
No way.
That's
There's no way Karen
formerly
just walked.
broadcast.
That was insane.
That's formerly broadcast K-Cam. That's Shane.
Okay,
That's Tyler.
hold
K-Cam
on,
has
hold
fled.
on. Here's
He's fled the scene.
fled
Hold on,
due to
close it,
embarrassment.
Close it. Close it. Here's a reenactment. Yes,
Okay,
hold it.
and they're
Yep.
walking, and boom,
That's
there it is.
honestly
glass.
what just happened.
I think
wow.
you can see an imprint of
I have no
K-Cam,
idea.
not to be
on the
confused.
With the white border.
Not to be confused with Achievement Hunter Cameron.
Yes.
This is former broadcasts K-Cam.
KK.
What's their name now?
K-Speed.
Broadcast?
Direct.
I just say direct. I say formerly known as broadcast, like Prince. That's
I like
why.
that.
That's why I don't
That's a
call
great
it broadcast. I say formerly
Formerly known as
broadcast. So I'm acknowledging they're no longer called
Right,
broadcast.
but I'm not going to
Saw
say
that whole
Well,
thing.
also I
It was
just forget.
awesome.
But yeah,
said
he
they're
was
called
walking
awesome.
off. I'm sorry.
They said they're called awesome.
They didn't say shit.
Cody says
Cody
they're
said it.
called awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
I was watching him fuck around before the show started.
That's why they're
That
awesome.
went.
Dangling lights. He had this light in his hand, which is also the camera.
I should have
I
not
stared
looked at
this
that light.
right
I did
into
this
it.
He had this
I
whole
went,
thing
Blind.
dangling, and I walked and he was on a ladder, and I was like, oh, is that for your new stream setup? It's a very large light.
It's
Well, see
bright.
what I saw earlier that no one else saw is
What did you see?
Cody just took a big bottle of Windex and just started rubbing down.
Well, he's got to.
that sliding glass.
Were you setting him up?
Set him up, man. Set
yo.
him the fuck
I was
up.
premeditated.
Oh,
Oh, not killing the lights.
I like that.
It was cozy.
Yeah.
Bring the lights down a bit.
Bring the nice down.
It's all cold.
Why do you do
Make
that?
me feel like that.
Huh?
Why'd he walk into the door like that?
I
That
don't know.
rule.
He was walking in
So,
the jeans.
as
for attention.
if you were looking, if you're watching this live, they're now broadcast formerly has their video village, as you were, where they do all the stuff
Yes.
behind a door.
I wanna take one of
It
these
used to
cameras
just it used
back
to just
in
be
there.
over there, and they would have to listen to us, and they hated it. Now they at least have a door in between them. But clearly, sometimes they forget.
Right.
Hey, there they are.
There they are.
Yeah. See, now they're safely tucked away, and there's Tyler.
Tyler Stab.
Why does Tyler have such a high?
It's cozy. Yeah, I get HD in
Cameron.
here.
He opened it this time.
Cameron's
Wait.
dodging all
Wow.
the cameras.
Wait, why does Tyler have such a great cam?
All right, Tyler's camera looks very good.
It looks amazing.
And the other camera is bad.
It's like,
Well, it's just very cool.
It's very cold
very cool.
temperature.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's this.
Anyway.
They could show the difference between like, look what it could be, a lot worse.
Yeah.
It's very true.
We're having fun, though. I'm glad we got to come in today.
Yeah.
Same.
We recorded from
Yeah.
home the last 2 days just because of the icy roads and such.
Fucking hate recording from home.
I thought I was trapped in a dungeon. I thought I was
No,
never
you're the
getting
one
out.
that wants to. I'm confused.
What do you mean?
You're like, oh, we want to do like Among Us stuff from home.
Right, because we can't do it here.
Yeah,
Well,
but
the proxy chat stuff.
I
you're
wanna-
still like, I
love
want to record at home.
like deception proxy games, and we can't fucking do that on our setup. So that's why I'm like, let's do like a day where we do proxy games. Obviously, we got to do that from home.
It's easier because we did a bit of proxy in VR, and you have the noise canceling headphones when they work. Then we just had to eventually we resorted to like whatever headphones we could find.
Right. It's just hard
that
to
kinda works,
do like
Yeah.
proxy in a lobby of people when you're all standing a couple feet from each other, and there's
Right.
like 10 of you.
Just turn your ears off.
Just turn them off. Stop listening.
You know, I was looking for the switch, but the breaker, there's so many switches I couldn't tell which one.
What does that mean?
You to turn my ears off.
Are you an electrician?
I don't
do you
know
mean?
what, I don't know what the
got-
breaker is.
the
I got a
breaker is so
perfect
many
tool for that. It's called
There's
a
so many
hammer. It's gonna hurt
switches?
real bad.
I just don't know which one is the proper breaker.
Oh,
for the
I mean,
ears.
one probably covers a few.
It's true, but
I
don't-
doubt your ears are like a heavy load. Like you don't probably have a whole circuit just for your ears.
Right, which is probably why it's on.
it's controlling a
It's
couple
probably on like it's grouped.
It might
with
be
a
like
bunch of
your
circuits,
ears-
which I don't want to accidentally turn off.
Well, it
like,
might be
my bowel
ears.
movement,
Exactly. Your
or
ears are off, but now
like-
you're pissing your pants.
Exactly.
I wish I could
You
turn that
got
one
it.
off. Is your
Yeah.
brain wired in series? So one thing goes out like a Christmas light, they
Oh,
all go
no.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be.
I mean, those are old technology.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Christmas lights are like
They've
LED,
solved
like
cost
fancy.
effective.
They've solved that
They
problem.
haven't. It's still cheaper to do it that way.
They
so
have
a lot of
solved
them
it.
are. No,
Some
it's
technologies
impossible
is
to tell.
actually new technology is cheaper than old technology. Actually,
You'd be surprised.
Turns out.
cost effective until they realize it. Then they go jack it up.
It's true.
Right.
I'll just get a 0.5
price.
version, not change
they'll
anything,
pay.
charge double.
I would have gotten into insulin a long time ago if it was cheap. It's just so goddamn expensive.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It's crazy the prices they charge. Like,
Are
it doesn't
you, are you
cost
hoarding
anything, right?
insulin?
No, I'm saying I would have gotten into it like taking it
Habitually?
if it was cheap. But like I always hear people that are like, I can't afford my insulin.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's cost so much for no reason. It's just these.
Well,
damn
when they
drug
do
companies.
like a
So I'm like,
1,000% markup.
well, that's what I'm saying. The people that
Yeah.
need it can't even use
True.
it. I don't even need it. I'm just curious.
Right.
If insulin were cheap, maybe I'd
What?
take some.
What I mean, like
What
what?
do you need
like
it for?
squirrel
Why
in
don't
the
you-
That's what I'm
mouth,
saying. I
or-
don't need it.
I feel like
do a
this
lot
is-
of things I don't need. I don't need this Lone Star right now,
you know,
but I'm
that's a very
drinking
good
it.
point.
Maybe I'll just drink a little insulin. What I'm saying is I'm not going to because
Just a
it's
little
so
bit in your
it's so
morning coffee.
inexplicably
Just a
expensive.
little bump.
And I certainly am
What
not
does
going
it
to
do?
take
Get
it
you
from the people
going?
that
Like,
do.
save it for the people who need it. Buy it, give it
Well,
away.
again, the problem is that like they have it. It's not that it's running out. It's they just keep charging.
That
too
is
much for
true.
it.
It's like, why are you
The people who
ordering it?
need it, it's there. They just go,
It's really expensive.
give me $1 million for your insulin shot.
Sounds good.
It
I'd
is
like to do a flight.
It is $1 million.
It's $1 million per drip.
Oh, the
no.
Dude, that's rivaling horse
Per
semen.
drip.
damn! You've been ordering horse semen?
No,
Yeah.
but he's. I mean,
Well-
talking about that AAA double winner.
Right. We're talking about like
backflip.
the top breeding horse that's essentially like
Oh, he
any
bangs.
top like race horse is descended from this horse that's still alive.
This
Anyways,
granddaddy horse.
a gallon of that horse's semen, $49 million.
Damn, is that like the most
40.
expensive per
A
ounce
gallon? I
item?
just-
I don't know.
Did not
Well,
think
that
I
was
gonna
my
wake
fir-
up
my-
on a
my-
Tuesday,
here's the
hear
thing.
the words a gallon of semen.
My immediate question was like,
I
right,
watched
but
a
that's
lot
I'm
of
with you.
videos during
But
my
like
subathon.
semen-
A
here's
lot
the
of
thing, though.
videos.
Semen shouldn't be measured in gallons.
Here's the thing,
it
though.
really needs to be
when you're
taken
selling
down.
it, though. But here's the
Right,
thing,
but
though.
when you're trying to get a top breed,
Nothing
prime
that is measured in
racehorse-
gallons. All gallons are drinkable
But the
items
thing is,
except for gas.
it's fun
Well, I
to
mean,
say.
you could
Gallons
drink
like
it.
for water,
You could drink it. You don't
milk.
want to.
It's
Orange
an
juice.
expensive meal.
Oh my God, that's the most expensive shot ever.
You say a gallon because it's a nice big like
Big number,
measurement.
quantity.
But like I don't think the horse
taste
will.
today's
I don't think the horse will produce a gallon before it dies.
If you
Okay?
drink it warm.
A gallon. That's insane.
Is it full life?
What
I don't know what
I'm-
it's like. I don't know how much
must be
comes out of
massive.
it.
I bet it's not
don't
that.
know.
What I'm saying is, there's no way it's just shooting out hundreds of
How do you
millions of
collect
dollars.
that? What do you do? You just
Jerk it off. That's
I mean, yeah,
No, you put a sleeve in.
There's no
I-
question
I-
about that.
I saw a little bit
It
of the
hops
action.
onto one of those
It's a- yeah,
gymnast
It's a
benches.
machine?
It hops onto like a gymnast
You know
bench.
those- the-
and they
the bar
they
that-
sleeve it right in,
Yeah,
and then it
sleeve
just
it.
fucking goes to
Gah, 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 gah.
town.
It's like a
You're
it's
you're
like
not
a
worth anything,
fleshlight.
so don't.
It's like a giant
paying anything
fleshlight.
for
You know?
Yeah, a bench.
Actually, I'm paying.
No, not the bench. The
Like
bench is what
incubated.
gymnasts use to do all their flips and shit.
Yeah.
They just
How many
take one of
flips does
those.
this horse do?
Zero. They take one of those, widen it to be akin to a horse's back, and then some poor lad or lass has to be up under there with
You
a
say
sleeve.
that like such a close-minded idiot. That's probably like such a prestigious position.
Oh,
like,
well, you got
I'm the sleever.
Oh,
I'm sleeving the $49 million gallon
Look,
semen
Right,
horse.
right.
And Trevor's like, some idiot. And he's like,
I didn't
my
say
father died for this job.
Well, the thing is, like,
died in a terrible coming
He
accident.
was fucked to death.
He was fucked apart. He drowned in it that
Yeah,
day.
he drowned it.
Oh, and then I saw the whole
Put
thing,
that in a thumbnail.
and that's how I
How
became
do you-
who I am today.
how do you think the Joker was
Come,
made?
lad.
Whoa.
Sorry, what?
I didn't think he got those
I yelled
scars.
all over you.
no, how do you think the Joker was made?
It is not as bad as you,
It's not so
sir.
bad.
Sir.
Man.
Look.
Anyway, my question was, we're talking reasonable.
I'm just saying.
First of all, no one's buying a gallon. They don't need a gallon.
Right.
What's like a reasonable cost? And I think you said it was what?
It's a little like
vial?
like a little tube. It's about 1,200. But the thing is,
Now
people
Right.
buy that so they can impregnate
Eat it.
horses, just like eat it.
To farm more semen.
So then that way they could hopefully grab like a high breeding horse themselves, or like
Right.
a racehorse.
Right.
That being said, there's the granddaddy of like, breeding horses, and that has sired a bunch of like award-winning horses. And now
a lineage.
it's a lineage, and it's all just
Horse royalty.
Horse
I mean, it really,
And he's
there's the
got
whole thing.
horse
I was
genealogy?
watching-
Yeah,
there's
I was
money in the
watching,
jizz.
like most expensive shit, and that's a thing. And then if you're lucky enough, you're like this one person ended up getting another top tier horse out of that horse, and they're now siring a bunch of different horses
gosh.
too. So they're like
Saturating the market.
like
dude.
another heavily sought after semen horse, as they so eloquently.
Isn't this how they
with
kind of
that.
like, isn't this the lineage with Ciri, like in The Witcher? Isn't that kind of the same thing, what you're describing?
I don't know the series well enough. I
It's
only
like
played Witcher
once
3.
every so-and-so,
Right.
we'll finally get that what you're describing is the semen horse.
yeah.
That's kind of
Are you
Ciri
talking about like
in
Dune
The
logic,
Witcher.
where like the main character is
No.
like the one who was promised, essentially?
No, by like
No.
by blood.
No,
like,
by
right?
blood. There's like a whole elven thing, and like you will be the one,
that
the
is
chosen
born to do
lineage,
this
bloodline.
because of the bloodline.
Got
It's a whole bloodline thing.
Game
where,
of
like,
Thrones, you know.
where like they had specific like people banging people to like make magic blood shit happen.
Right. So very Game of Thrones,
yeah.
like Prince that was promised, like
Yeah,
like the
People
Well, but it wasn't.
family.
the sword of light.
It is
and-
different, but
Yeah,
it's the same
yeah.
concept.
I'm
Anyway,
trying
Don't
to
they do
just
that like in Dune too? Some
That's what
Bene
I'm saying.
Gesserit
Yeah, the
stuff,
Bene Gesserits,
right?
but then
You're like you're
there's
supposed to find the chosen son, so you need to have the
all
right
I'm saying,
people to be
though.
boning the right people. That's too much work.
Well, imagine the chosen one was
ejaculating thousands of dollars. I'll jerk that horse.
No,
off
let me
myself.
ask
if
you a
the
question,
chosen one was
Fredo.
riding the chosen horse, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be very cool.
That's the
I
game.
feel like that's our
That
third.
sounds like
I
an
think
anime.
that's
In another
I
world
think
with my
that's-
chosen
I
horse.
think that's She-Ra.
Oh.
You might be onto something.
So let me ask a question. These horses with their good expensive semen, do
Yeah.
they go to a cum farm, or is it that the owner that owns the horse periodically relieves the horse?
Yeah.
Do they go from racing to coming, or are they like, do they pick a lane? Like, I'm too old to race, I'm gonna start coming.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're too old to race, you're
Yeah. Well,
Are they coming
how
or going?
valuable is
They're
your
not
supply?
racing. They're just coming.
Got it.
But they keep them healthy.
But they
I mean,
so they breed
fucking-
racers.
They,
What's wrong,
they
okay?
pamper
I
the
almost
shit out of these
just
horses.
this soda almost went everywhere.
You were just like Violet in The Incredibles.
I was just trying so hard not to spray the soda all over this table. Oh my god.
You want to keep your horse healthy, but you also don't want them to get injured and wear them down faster.
Right. Well, they're exhausted.
I don't care. I don't.
Is there a
I don't-
limit to
I'm
how
not
much
gonna do
they
anything
need to
with my horse.
bone?
I don't have
Like,
a horse.
is there like a schedule for it?
That's true. Like you can't.
Like a regimen?
Is it like within a week of the race? Is like
No,
is it gonna
no idea.
impede the
They didn't go
performance?
into that detail because I was watching a video
Okay.
that went over just like a bunch
How
of
did you
like,
end up here?
expensive stuff.
How did you end up finding out about all this expensive semen?
Because I had to find a way to kill 115 hours.
Oh, because you're insane.
Was your
right.
arm pinched between a rock and a boulder?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, was that 127?
Yeah. 8 hours short. Wait, math. More hours. 12.
It was just my very long stream. I was like, I
Oh,
don't want to play games the entire time, so I just watched a bunch of shit.
Right.
Just like the.
That's when you learned about zoo tokens and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Crypto
Oh
zoo
yeah.
and-
Oh yeah.
It was like
Crypto
Logan
zoo,
Paul's
baby.
thing. I don't know, it was like a whole-
His like.
Zootopia?
That's what I thought.
his
I said,
his whole
oh, yeah, great
They
movie.
said, they said a rabbit can't be a cop.
Well,
And
you
they make a
figure out.
Zootopia 2 when she quits.
Oh.
I didn't see the second one. I don't think.
No, they
It's
didn't
not,
make it
it's
yet.
not out yet.
Oh, it's
saying.
not out.
No, I'm just making it up.
Oh, it's not even.
You
it doesn't
believe him?
exist.
Don't believe anything.
So I came to this table to learn. See, I'm learning so much,
You are,
and I trust this.
No,
man.
you
I
don't
was
know
just
about
watching a bunch of shit.
What can I learn from over here?
It was like
Not much.
it was a series of like expensive things, and then like one of them was the Rolls Royce, and
Okay. That's a car, right?
how
no,
that car
it's
is
an airplane
it
engine
is
manufacturing company
fully
that makes cars.
customizable. I'm talking about fully, and like rich people have customized it to do some crazy shit.
This is
the
like a
front-
500 made a year car kind of thing, right?
Right, and the
Like,
front dash.
or a few
I'm talking
thousand
about just
maybe.
this car.
a very expensive vehicle, and then very rich people who do very rich things to it. Like one person, and you know the front dash, they have that. That's it's all gold.
Solid
but
gold?
It's all solid gold.
That's
but
heavy.
How many
It's,
carats?
it's I don't know, but it's all like sculpted to be their DNA pattern across. I'm like, what the fucking why?
So if they start Ubering, people can clone them by like
just,
writing down the
it's like,
information?
see that gold
Compared to the
dashboard with the
aliens, right?
designs? That's
Yeah.
cool. Also, it's my DNA.
That's my
like that.
DNA.
I'm like, okay.
All right.
Interesting.
And
Thanks.
Well, I feel like was it?
one person had the roof was they put lights and crystals.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it to resemble the night sky.
On the
But-
night that they were born.
Yes.
Okay, I might have seen what you're talking about because
I was like, what
now,
the fuck?
Tell me,
I don't even think about this shit.
tell me that's incredible. Tell me if this rings a bell because I think it was P Diddy. He had a Maybach. He's one of those people that I mean, obviously you never drive yourself, so you get one of these cars that is really nice to sit in the back. He had marble on the floors.
In the car?
Yeah.
God.
I'm like, that doesn't
uncomfortable.
that doesn't
Is the
seem
car gonna be
comfortable at all.
heavy?
I don't like.
Aren't there like
I don't-
weight limits on the highway
I don't
or
like
something? Does he have to go through a weigh
marble. I don't like
station? Like,
marble in the
what's up?
house.
That's what I'm saying.
What's up?
Oh, we
Like,
can't cross this bridge. It's too heavy.
too heavy.
That's
too,
true.
I don't know,
It
man.
also-
Like-
it also-
We weigh more than a semi.
My immediate thought is like safety concerns.
Right, what happened?
Well, it's just like where's that marble going in a car accident?
Right, you
or something?
crash and then you
know
get-
what I mean?
oh,
Or like
God,
like my dash is made of
flying up your-
gold.
Yeah.
I got killed on impact.
How'd he
from
die?
the gold
Well-
dashboard.
Well, let's
Well, the airbag was made of gold.
Murdered by DNA strip.
came out, knocked him unconscious, and the granite pinched him between that and the gold, and it was a mess.
Oh yes. So Expensive by Business Insider is what I watch.
Oh, Business Insider. Oh, I do like that channel. They have like 5 to 10 minute videos on like why X is expensive.
Yeah,
And like
fun
I
stuff.
watched a whole thing on like Moroccan oil, and it was like so fascinating because I'm like, this is stuff I've heard about. It's good for your hair and stuff, but I don't know what it is. And they talk about like where it comes from and who gathers it and harvests it and what it's actually really good for. And it talks about like it takes you all the way down through the whole ecosystem of how that thing is made, and it's like opens your eyes to how global things are.
There's a lot
I
of
love
like
that.
random, like I watched bits and pieces of one episode because I was eating, and there's like these
was the whole scene.
special set of shears
soup.
that only 2 people in the world know how to make.
Oh, I saw that one.
And I was like, what?
I saw that
Teach
one.
somebody. I'm like, go teach somebody else.
You could get into an accident
Spread the
and then no one
knowledge.
knows.
But like, it's just people that have
Go
been doing
extinct.
it. These 2 gentlemen have been doing it for like 20, 30
Well-
years.
well,
and
the
no one else
guy-
knows how to make these shears. But there is an apprentice.
Yes, the second is The Apprentice, right? He's like a young gentleman in his like 20 to 30s.
And they always have to travel separately in case something happens.
No, he just goes, you
Can't
don't
travel together.
There's a
right?
car accident or a plane
Listen.
crash.
It's all over.
2 cars.
They make them by hand. You're right, though. And there's only like several hundred or several thousand a
Yeah.
year.
What's so special about them?
That's a good question because I don't remember.
They just like cut.
Do you remember
I
that?
just-
good,
I just-
good.
They got good
as much as
cutting.
They keep telling me.
Is it for like shearing?
I need those shears for that lineup, you know what I'm saying?
It's an old school way of them making. It's like the
might be
way
less
they like
damaging.
mold the steel and everything like that. And they're like, yeah, one strike while you're making it could undo the whole thing, and it takes a
Is it-
long
blacksmiths?
time.
Like, what's going
It's
on?
crazy.
It sounded like
I
you're
was eating
making
during that moment, but I was
Excalibur,
like,
like-
shit.
Was that in the UK?
it is.
Because it could have been in relation to shearing a specific type of sheep, which would be like Scottish wool, right? Or what is it called? What's that? Cashmere. So like it could have been like
That
we
sounds
only
money,
harvest
like money.
cashmere.
Cashmere is expensive.
We only harvest our proper cashmere with this type of animal that has eaten this type of grass with this type of shear because these shears won't damage it when it cuts it. It could be stuff like that. I
Yep.
mean, I don't know if that's the exact situation, but like that's how specific some of those craftsmanship pieces get.
I like indulging in something like that, right? As like a consumer, whatever that product might
Yeah.
be, whether that's a fabric, that you wear. It's like, oh, we made these
shears from this, like to use on this animal, and I go, wow. And then I get that, and I'm like, wow. And then I go to McDonald's too. Because I like to soak up everything.
Right. You're a man of culture.
I'm a man of culture. I like all culture. And so I go, wow, incredible.
I'm a man of culture.
Real American.
This burger has 100 cows in it.
What of 100?
I'm just saying, I appreciate it all.
You
it's
can
good
swing
stuff.
the gambit from just a high quality scissors to just shit quality burg.
Yeah.
Look, I like a high quality steak, and I also like some
Slop.
Jim Matt slop.
And I also
okay?
like Outback Steakhouse.
You know what I mean? Every night.
So don't hate me on
Every night can't be
right?
Vinny's, okay? Every night can't be Vinny's. There's got to be a hole to fill. If I reach the rich Rolls Royce level,
Yeah.
I will never get that. I'll go to Vinny's every night. That'll be my life.
Right.
This man.
Yeah.
That's where the money
Can't
goes.
eat a car.
Right.
Lives here.
He comes here 24 days a month.
Screw the
I'll
DNA.
buy out the private room permanently.
This is my room.
what I
Put your
would-
name on the door.
Buy it out for a year.
If a selected waiter staff.
He pays an HOA fee for the dining room. Like,
Buy it out for a year and then just like put a gaming setup in it.
Right.
Damn,
And then
From
Michael's streaming.
Streaming coming in.
permanently employ Wes.
Just to be there.
Vinny's
Yes.
Wes.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's beautiful.
Oh, we know people's names.
I know.
Oh, you're on
Yes.
that time.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Well,
that for you.
What I love about him,
Go on.
there's a one time.
Is this a new enigma in our lore?
Because like,
No.
He's a mystery man to
real,
me.
it's real.
Well, that's
Obviously.
you don't frequent enough.
Vinny night, you know what I mean? I'm like, cool, been there a lot, love the place,
Hashtag
great
Vinny night.
steaks. I'm like 5 minutes late. I walk in, you guys are already seated. I sit down, and then within a couple minutes, Wes comes up and he puts down my drink and he
one
goes,
of those.
I clocked you coming into the door.
Your Moscow
one of
mule.
those.
He's like, here's your mule. I was like, this man, yes.
And then you go, Wesley, I was looking for something different today.
Right.
And he goes, and that's why I brought you this as well.
Right.
Right.
You go,
Well, you gotta knock it away a little bit. You know what I mean?
But it's also like,
Before
we
he sets it
chatted
down.
up with him. His
his whole life
wife-
story, there it
No,
is,
no, his
the
wife is
kids.
nursing
His
school,
wife's a
so it
nurse.
makes sense.
That does
he had
make
a
sense.
Kid, so it's always like, what's the kid doing now? Oh,
Wes is
How are the
waiter.
dogs? How are they doing?
Like,
Like,
Oh, they died.
He talked a lot
oh
about.
man, sorry to hear.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I
look,
love that.
It's always good.
Man takes care of us.
It's true.
I love
He knows all our orders.
Got a couple of names in there.
Yeah.
A couple of people where it's like, oh, we got this guy, got that guy. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
I think the only waiter I like more than like a waiter that like catches you, or it's like a regular, like that happens to me in Starbucks a lot, but the waiters that will take the whole taper's order and not write a single thing down, like God,
Oh,
it's
dude, I'm like,
insane to
that's a
me. Like
fucking
I don't,
superpower.
I literally,
Yeah.
I look at you and I'm like,
I would leave the room and go, what did anyone want?
no, I don't know.
Right.
I wouldn't return to the table
there's
for
no-
half an
I
hour
guess-
because I would be too afraid.
I guess I'm
I
just
don't wanna
like,
ask again.
for me,
cheese on that burger?
for me, it's like,
Everyone's getting a burger.
for me, it's like, it's all risk, no reward, I'll be honest, because I'm not impressed by it. I just go, oh, you didn't write it down. But if you
reward is the awe.
fuck up the, I don't get awed. I just go,
Okay.
I would
get
write it
awed.
down.
Sure.
Right, no,
Yeah.
I don't want my food fucked up because someone goes, watch this.
I hear you.
That's
I
why.
hear you.
I don't give a shit about your parlor trick.
Watch this.
Because if you fuck it up, it's
I'm-
100%
yeah,
your
your
fucking
fault.
fault. Write it the fuck down.
That's the hate.
Take a piece of paper and
I
write
hear
it down.
you.
I'm not here to go, I just
Yeah.
want the fucking food I ordered. That's my point. So it's like,
it's not medieval times.
I don't care. I don't care if they don't write it down, but boy, I'm gonna be mad if they fuck it up. And we go, now what'd you do that for?
Dude,
What did you accomplish?
You might
Oh,
have
you didn't write it down.
been-
Great, and you got it wrong.
Fredo's going.
Dude, I love it. There's a
I don't give a
waiter
shit.
at the, Trevor, is one of the waiters at the place that we like that has the duck fat fries. With
Got
the,
it,
with
yep,
the-
I know
with
what
the-
you're
with
talking
the egg
about.
over it.
That's not mad.
The bone,
110-minute egg?
Yep. There's a
With the
waiter there
béarnaise
that
sauce?
does that.
Bernays.
He just walks up, he goes, what do you want?
Why do you want burned sauce?
I don't know what it is, but it's good. It's got bear in it.
Bear?
Yeah.
Bear?
It's
Where
got,
the hell are you eat? All right, you know, we'll
I don't know what he's.
we'll offline about it. We'll have to take you.
continue.
Sorry.
There's a lot of places.
Wait, I'm gonna need to start this list. All right, let me
So
see.
you got a regular there?
Huh?
You got a regular?
No, not a regular there. I'm
Yeah.
just saying there's one of the waiters there does the whole just like, what do you want?
Most of them do.
All
I
right.
feel like.
I'm like, damn.
But it's like,
It kind of gets stressful there though, because like there was one guy in particular, like he tunes in and he's so good with it that I'm like, I don't know if he
You
heard
don't
it
trust it?
right. Did he get it right? And then he comes back and he's like, here's everything. But yeah, those are the people that also like, there's a little sliver chance that something's just a little off, and you go.
I'm just saying, if
it's
that's
just-
what you
just-
do and you're good at it, that's A-okay with me.
That's fine.
But it
Do
doesn't
not-
impress me.
Right.
Don't test it on me.
I don't take
Like,
note.
I better not be subject
I've just-
one
I
on your
don't take
memory,
note at all.
okay?
I wrote it down
Yeah.
for you.
Here
so
you
don't
go, look at
forget.
my phone. Like, I'll point at it on the menu. Or just take a picture.
That's true.
I'll have the
Chat was
salmon.
like-
He's like, have you never heard of that before?
Chat was like, what's your secret? And like just pulls out an iPhone recorder.
I just want to say the whole time.
That's
Yeah,
that's
that's-
everything they were.
that
If someone comes out and goes, "What the fuck do you want?" Writes it down and gives it to me. I'm like, they're getting
Thank
a
you.
great tip.
That's East Coast energy.
I got what I wanted.
Sure.
They didn't talk to me.
100%.
They didn't say, "Want to see a picture
Yep.
of my pet."
Speaking of that,
They just gave me my fucking food and then they left.
And left me alone.
Wes is different.
Don't
obviously.
check in on me.
There's a regular, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
there's I'm
Oh,
here to
right.
eat my food and
I
want to
just met
leave.
you
I'm not looking for a
just
friend.
now.
Right.
Instead of like, I've seen you
Also,
10, 15 times.
also,
Of course
I'm
we're
gonna
have a
say there's a
conversation.
little bit difference when like you're paying a little bit more to actually have like, let me explain to you what the food is. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I don't need that at Fridays. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Let me walk you through the
Right,
selections
was
of
the
meat.
chicken free
You know what I mean?
range?
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I need to
We're
know.
walking through the
So I'm just saying,
the
you
cheeseburger today
appreciate
and the
it.
tenders.
It does depend on the restaurant of
Mashed
like,
potatoes.
of like shit. Like there's the not even really Vinny's. That's like if there's like a special meat whatever. they have.
there's a cut of the week or whatever.
Exactly. But the shabu shabu place, that is like a fucking presentation. That's what the hot pot.
Hibachi?
My point
Oh,
is
hot
not
pot.
hibachi.
Yeah.
Hot pot.
But my point is, you need that shit of like, let me fucking explain this to you.
Oh, 100%.
It's like, this is that. You do this, you do that. Like, that's essential because otherwise you don't know what the hell you're doing when you're
Right.
eating your food.
I tuned out by accident one time because I started staring at the bubbles in the broth, and I kind of got hypnotized.
Why is
And when I
this
came
so
to, I
believable?
was surrounded by raw meat, and I went,
it
oh
happen?
my god!
Surrounded by raw meat.
It happened. Well, hold on, not that way. Not yet.
How many swishes?
But
What temperature?
Oh my god.
Like,
this diet?
you're overwhelmed. You're like,
When,
it's on fire.
when the
Why is it half a
My
half?
hands in it, right?
This is a basin? Do I wash my face? I don't know. So bad. So
Give me a
bad.
hot towel, now my face.
Oh,
the one
God.
time we went, and Lindsay ordered the A5 Wagyu, right? And they're like
Excellent
thinly
choice.
sliced.
Oh.
Like,
Good.
You just they're like
Comes
you
with
get
beef.
you-
I would
yeah,
eat
you
that.
cook it-
You
comes with
cook it
certificate.
for half a second.
But
comes with a
also,
certificate.
it comes with a certificate.
Yeah.
See?
It's a little
yeah.
weird. Just
See,
sitting on
guess
it.
what? I left it there.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
again.
Yeah, I like
again, if you're surprised by the guy who's not impressed by you not writing the menu down, I also didn't take the fucking stupid piece of paper with the meat that I
Oh
ate.
no.
Wow, it's so I'm gonna show everyone what I ate.
it's
Like
fine.
I appreciate the like and I'll leave it there.
Right.
I was gonna take it home and frame it.
It's delicious. It's thinly sliced, and they go, you can eat it raw, where you just put it in your mouth, it melts. Or
Barbara,
if
take
you,
down the frames.
if you cook it in your little pot, it's just like usually it's like 3 to 4 swishes for
most
meat.
meats.
For most meat.
This one is like 1 to 2.
One. quick
That's
one,
it.
Maybe 2.
They're not giving me an arc second. How long am
Just-
I? How
just
long is a
sitting-
swoosh?
What is
then?
a swoosh? Give me the
This.
metric. I need
Just
to.
This!
Dude,
He's fucking showing you. It's a swoosh. You
What?
you
Like,
motherfucker.
Just a lick in your hand.
Swoosh.
Just a swoosh.
I did it too long. I did it too fast.
But with that,
So-
all that explained,
Yes,
all that
yes,
being
yes.
said, we're there, Jackie, Michael, Lindsay, and we're
Wes.
chatting it up, and just
Different restaurant.
Just seeing,
wasn't there.
Just
Gotta
seeing
take it
Lindsay take it, and then just have a conversation with her.
Oh, dude.
like this. I'm like, this thing's gonna.
Dude, we're screaming.
No!
Like, take it out! Take it out! Because it literally disintegrates.
literally
Like it's so it's just like fading away. And we're like, where are you going? And Lindsay's like, I'm gonna flavor the bowl.
Oh my god.
It's one of those things where Lindsay will double down and you point out, go, what are you doing? And Lindsay's like,
The alarm starts sounding
it
off.
just lets go of it.
At that point, Lindsay was like, "Oh, now I'm definitely gonna give him more."
It was like a movie where like you put a person in acid and you lift it up and it's a skeleton. Imagine that, but like with meat, where it's like, oh, where is it?
Have you seen The Office? Have you seen The Office? There's that scene where Dwight is talking to Jan, and he's just like, "So, how are we gonna do this?" And he's just
Oh, the syrup?
Pouring the syrup.
The breakfast?
Yeah.
So, you
Me.
business. Here's what's going down. And he's still
I
doing it.
want the branch.
Right. Give it to me. Give me the
The
branch.
best part about that,
pouring
the
the
best
whole
part about that is, and it's because I've seen the show a million
Yes.
times, is as he's doing it aggressively, when he finally takes a bite, it's the smallest little minuscule bit,
He's like-
because he's going like this and he's just staring at Jan, and he doesn't break eye contact, and almost nothing makes it on under the fork.
But he does eat something.
He eats something, but it's like a fleck. He puts half the thing of syrup. I haven't seen that in like 4 years, and I can close my eyes.
In your mind's eye.
I had to quit cold turkey. I had to quit the office.
You see Lindsay doing that, but with meat.
I see Lindsay
It's frying
basically
wine
what it
here.
was.
the table, talking to you, going, yeah, tell me about
The
it.
waiter's coming out with your certificate.
And I'm like, Lindsay, no.
Yeah. I'm gonna build a roux. It's good.
No, that's good. Just three swishes.
Do you need any help here? Is everything
Chopsticks out,
okay?
and then they go,
It was so many.
because it's like there's nothing left.
It was Swish City.
Was that the
Just
same
drinking the
time?
broth.
Where you guys just had a pile of meat?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, because usually it's just like, okay.
You can order it kind of as you go.
Yeah.
I just blast from the beginning.
Lindsay was just like, okay.
But I blast and eat. And Lindsay goes, I'm a blast too. And I go, hang on now.
All right.
Hang on, you're blasting like me. But that's, so then it's a lot of me eating and then eating Lindsay and me going,
there was, I did see that.
You breathe
I was
in
like,
to
oh,
tuck
this
it.
man's trying to.
well, there's like 3 strips and it's like, well, each strip is $6, you know, or something. And I'm like, what if I can eat this?
But you gotta eat it, yeah. You gotta commit.
You don't take this shit to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not to go.
No.
It's not a to-go.
Maybe
Kind of, you have to cook it or eat it. I think to a,
Yeah, like it's just
very
not.
thin.
It
well,
doesn't make
I
sense.
think honestly, to a certain point, with almost every one of their every one of their dishes, I think they don't let you. Like they can't let you leave with
wouldn't
it
be safe.
because it's like you could not. If you go home and don't cook it, like it's uncooked food,
Yeah.
most of it. And so if you take it out and then eat it and get sick, you can like sue them.
Well, it
so
would
they
be-
won't even like. They were like, I'm sorry, you can't take it with you.
It would be more
Right.
salmonella than meat by the time it got home.
Right.
Like, that's just the truth.
But boy, do I like that secret menu. It's not so secret. It's just a cart that they like trolley around.
Oh, well, that was the whole thing of thinking of like,
Human.
not only did they explain it, but yeah, then at one point they fucking literally wheel out a cart of like all
Anything
of the
from the
meats
trolley?
offered.
It's a wall.
Well, they don't offer it right from the trolley, but it's
Okay.
more of the display trolley to tell you what's available.
Listen.
They're like, yes, this
Take the
meat.
lot.
Yeah.
Yo, did you know she's a robot? She's a robot.
Don't,
Like an android
do
with like
not
machine
do
gun
this to
arms
me.
or some shit.
Do
That's
not
crazy.
do this
I don't
to
know.
me.
There's the musical, and
I,
musical if that's canon. I don't
What's
know.
funny is,
There's no way. It's like, no way.
what's funny
From
is,
the trolley. That was someone's grandma at one point.
at one point,
What's up? What's up?
we went to this place. We took Iris there, and we just like on a random night walked in, sat down, and it was like, oh, there's Gavin and Meg, like at the same place, which is a pretty small place. But I was gonna be like, oh, go say hi. I'm like, no, they're going through the cart right now. Like the cart was out. One person's
Don't
like,
bother them.
Exhibit A, motherfucker! You want this meat right here? And I'm going, oh, that's a good one.
Dude, because they roll the cart around, they're like, okay, we have these tiger prawns, or they have like, they're like, oh, we got garlic noodles, or like lemon spicy noodles, and it's like, oh, I didn't see that. That's
Right,
secret
right.
menu.
Like I didn't know.
Where-
what
but
it
What
was.
I
the
like
spicy
is the wild game platter.
It's good.
Which is like they just have like
It was like
elk.
venison, boar. They changed it though.
Where are they getting it all from? They
where
got
are they
elk
getting
out here
them?
just running the streets.
I mean, probably not from here.
Yeah, it's probably shipped in.
Do I want
But I'm
shipped
like,
elk? I want
I mean,
something
I
think you
fresh.
do, yeah.
Fish are shipped.
Yeah, that's true.
Sushi
Fish,
shipped, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Ain't
fresh.
no sushi
Shit can
around here.
get there in a day.
But then I
That
always
is, a day is fresh.
It is Texas. You're right. Just
I mean, it's just
Amazon.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
You know,
in
the
America, you
most
can get across
dangerous
the country
game,
in a
though.
day.
man.
Right.
What?
Maybe someday they'll have the most dangerous game on the menu. Man.
Oh.
Man meat. Human.
Taste my meat.
Flesh.
Who wants my meat? Who wants my meat in their mouth? Who wants my man meat?
Comes out with a fresh bandage on. He goes, "Who wants my meat?"
Ew.
I'm supposed to give you like one little bowl of rice, and every time Michael just sees me struggle with every waiter where I go, oh, can I
This
get
man
extra?
starts
Yeah.
screaming
They
for
always
rice.
advise
Yeah,
you
I
to
think
get
rice
extra.
next-
Yeah, they
Can
stop
I
him.
get extra
They'll
rice?
be like,
And they're
they'll be like, sir,
it's-
wait.
It's really filling. Are you sure you'd like to proceed?
Well, where's the cabbage?
And
Give me
I'm just-
something
I'm
else.
just
Like, give me the rice.
What you gotta do, and you don't.
I just go,
And you
every
don't.
time they go,
Here's
oh,
the
you
thing.
ate all the rice? I'm like,
Here's the
yes,
thing.
I ate all the goddamn rice.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's another classic situation where it's a great establishment, right? It's cuisine. Most
Yes.
people, servers there, white. You got to start screaming, do you see the color of my skin? Give me my goddamn rice. Like, when I ask him for rice, I want rice. Don't talk me out of rice.
Look at me.
Because literally, I listen.
like everyone else at this table.
Every time you're there, you're going, I understand.
I want you
I'd like
to
the
look
rice.
at
And then,
me.
like I remember at one point, because as soon as it comes out, you're like, I like a second bowl of rice.
Give me another
please.
bowl of rice.
Or even before it comes
It's gonna take 2
out.
minutes to come out
So
anyway,
you
right?
had one. Didn't even get rice to anybody yet. They come down and put my rice down, and you're like, I'm like,
That's
what the
my
fuck
rice.
are you doing? You're like, that's my second rice. I'm like,
That one's mine.
Like, that's my first rice. She's like, oh fuck, where's my second rice? Like, Jesus.
That must be
Right.
Chili flake oil.
I mean, it's good as shit,
Yes.
but they will try to talk you out of it.
every time.
Well, I feel like they.
I know my body.
Sir,
Okay.
are you sure?
I know.
It's filling. There's more. There's delicious food here. I'm like, give me the goddamn.
They're like, stop
I need a
filling up
palate
on all the
cleanser.
cheap stuff and get some more slivers of meat in you.
Whether it was a Mexican or Filipino household that I was growing up in, there was always rice filled to the brim. Rice cooker, always.
They do-
What do you
I
think?
think rice
What do you
well,
think?
too.
What do you think happened to her?
Oh no! Do you think our rice? No.
What do you mean? Do I think
We just
it's
started
been
the era of
gone?
the rice
since-
cooker.
You're
But
right.
they're
We did.
testing it all.
Oh, it was
Maybe
the
it's supposed
dawn
to
of the
come
rice
back.
It was the dawn of the
cooker.
rice
Our
cooker.
desks.
I'm
came
just.
back.
Well, I mean, also, like, did it get wet? It was.
But it was a
cold.
pre-
Just wait
it
in
was
the corner,
primo.
like-
Yep.
It's probably over there. I just want it. That's all.
Please.
I also asked Sarah if you know where those weights got to.
Oh, we
gotta
I don't
run
think-
them down.
Did those transfer over with us?
That's
Because
why I
I know
asked,
where they
Trevor.
were sitting
Trevor,
in the previous place.
That's why I asked.
Okay, well, I remember.
Sarah said they did get transferred.
Weights.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a.
Working out.
So there was a
We had them in the
small
office.
age
You were there.
There was a.
The
small-
bench and the weights in the temp space we had.
and the silver spoon.
That's wait.
Yeah, around the corner.
Stop.
Sorry.
They were used for something. Like actual.
Well, back in the day.
neckies,
Back in
thrusters.
the day. You weren't here when Jeremy and I were getting ripped. Then like not I had kids. I was all right with the kids. It's the kids started going to school. And I got fucked hard.
Not enough time.
Then RSV plus tonal equals.
Don't promote
Right.
RSV like that.
I'm not promoting getting it. I'm promoting if you already have it. Look at these biceps. Come on.
Never been more tuned. Yeah, I don't recommend my weight loss routine, which was salmonella. I'm still trying.
Right, that's I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like RSV, but that sounds way worse.
Oh God, it was bad.
Which was salmonella.
I had to
delivery
go
of
to
that.
the ER. I'm still pulling it back, but listen.
Yeah,
I
see,
am,
Tufo
I
knows
am
about
more
the
toned.
adjustable
I can
weights.
see the washboard like I've never seen it before. I'm like, damn, I got 6 of them?
You gotta wash.
I've got
Haven't
6
worked
of
out a
them.
day in my life.
These washboard.
That's the skinny boy abs.
Yeah, you got the
That's what
skinny
that
boy
is. That's
abs,
skinny
you
boy
too.
abs, bro.
What do they call it? The Otterbod.
That's what it's called.
I don't know, but my
you
brain
breaking
said it.
things on it? On it?
Look at read that comment. Read that comment about the hot pot places.
Which side?
left side?
From
Korean
Sauce
This is why I
K.
don't like going to hot pot places. They always tell me.
I just like you
Right.
start off with Korean here.
Yes.
Like, was
read
it
it.
qualified?
Give me my rice.
By the way,
You get it.
just so you know,
If you grew up in a household where it was like rice
also just really
all
good
day,
rice. I'll be honest. Like,
that's
this
what I'm
place
saying.
is a real.
I've seen you just eating the rice.
Dude, well, if I
raw
can get some of that fucking those flakes out of Jackie's clutches.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Well, that being said, because they have the little like
The chili
chili
flakes
Okay,
and
yeah.
sauce.
But like most
real
people
good.
just dabble a little bit.
Yeah.
All of us love just all over the rice. That being said, like, there's 2 things, right? We go there and it's like, Fredo's got to get his 2 rices.
Sure.
And we got to get the chili flakes like filled to the brim because his table
just
loves.
give me 2.
They'll keep bringing them out.
And they keep
shakers,
bringing 'em out.
3 shakers.
Sometimes
That being
they
said,
What's a little bowl?
We
It's a
were
bowl.
sent
Yeah, you gotta,
home
like,
with a
a little
jar
baby
of them one
spoon.
time.
Well, I have it. I brought it here for the fucking rice.
They
They gave us some to go.
Yeah, they gave us
because
some
we
to
bought
go.
so much fucking meat and shit. There's like, hey, take them.
Yeah, they were
Whatever
just
you
like,
want.
you guys like, we were like,
They were like, you were right.
Oh,
You did
yeah.
eat the rice. We're sorry.
We're sorry. I didn't mean to doubt you.
here's your prize.
Instead of hanging their photo up on the wall, they just give them more hot oil.
Dude, there was a time where we went where the person who worked there took a picture of our table.
Just all the food?
Yeah, and I'm just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just sitting there going, I feel like it's not that much. Like it was a lot. Like we
being
came in
shady.
and we slang, right? Again, like it's kind of meant to like you order some, you can order
got-
more
yeah.
because you got the hot pot. But I know what I want, and it's just
Right.
I fire it all off.
important. Get
just to
them,
have
bring
it.
'em.
This just
Right.
makes it easy.
This
So
meat,
yes,
that meat, that
it's
meat.
probably more than they're used to seeing at once
At once,
because
yeah.
people don't do that. But it was just funny that like they were like blown away. Like they were
So many
offering to
meats.
take a picture, and I thought they wanted to
group?
take like a picture for the group.
Yeah.
And then I realized they were taking a picture for themselves.
They said, everyone lean out.
Of just like, wow, so much food picture. Oh, crazy.
I was like, well, I
ate
can't
it
order
all.
that.
We
much.
ate it all. Like I said, it
It's like,
wasn't.
how little do people eat?
Was it a
there?
party of two? Like that?
4 people.
Because I can imagine coming their small group, seeing
It
that,
was
being
like,
like,
it was like 4 people, maybe the food of 6.
okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was plus, but it wasn't.
Well, you got to order more.
wasn't
you're eating,
like
you're
Eric
trying, you're
ordering-
sharing,
But also here's
you're
the thing,
chilling.
12 fucking
You're not in there
when
30
it-
minutes out. Like
when it
that's not
comes
that
to-
experience.
You come to get some like bed sores on that ass. Like you're gonna,
Honestly, you're
plan,
posted
gonna
up,
eat,
yeah.
you
But the
know?
thing is, like, when it comes to this place or Vinny's, we prep. The day of, we don't eat.
You cleanse.
Okay? We like every
God.
time we
Juice
go.
cleanse?
Is it Vinny Day? I'm eating
You gotta
maybe
fast.
one
just a
small
little
thing.
bit. You fast. You eat something in the morning, and then you gotta fast.
Because in that way you go in on a nice steak and then you get a ton of sides.
You want to eat it all.
Yeah.
I did the wrong thing. I didn't.
wanna get the
and
salad?
had Terry Black's for the first time.
Oh no! I mean,
I mean,
Then
great.
you kind of go, oh.
I literally was dying. I tried a little bit of everything, even though I don't eat like meat. So I had like literally just a little bit of everything. And the best part for me though, I like banana pudding. So
it's so
I'm
good.
like,
dude, barbecue places do desserts pretty well.
that's it's
Puddings,
it.
puddings
I
and
wanted to take
pies.
like 6 of them. I was like, just give me a bottle of that of it. It's
Oh my God.
so good.
Terry Black's is real good. It's probably like the best local place that I know of where you're not gonna wait forever.
No,
Yeah.
it was like a long line, but like it moved.
It's fast.
And I was sipping.
It's
I was
like
chilling.
it's like the more yeah, it's weird. Every time we go to Terry Black's, he doesn't want to go. It's like the more like mom and pop
Yeah.
Rudy's.
Yes.
It's almost exactly the same as Rudy's. It's just as far as like the process, like even the line, like the experience, everything. But
It's giving like food truck, but I'm in a building
not
now.
as
like,
it's not as chain.
Yes.
There's only like one, I think, right? Terry Black's
only
or
know of
2.
one.
I think there might be another one somewhere.
me look.
But I'm not
But
sure.
like it might be like there's a Black's barbecue,
Okay,
and then
maybe
there's Terry
Terry
Black's.
Black's,
Like
yes.
I think one of them is why they have to be called
Yes,
that.
agreed.
Because I think
I
they
heard this.
probably can't both be called Black's barbecue. Because
So
it's
you're talking about Terry
it's their
Black's,
last
right?
name.
Yeah.
Terry Black's is in
There's
Austin.
Blacks and then there's Terry Black.
Black-
I don't see anything else.
Black's is in.
that is what he's saying. That is indeed exactly what
That's
he's
in
saying.
what is
Somebody was saying that there was 2 of one of them.
we were.
Yeah.
I don't know both.
Both,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
one of both. I don't think
Two of either,
I don't think
yes.
they're related.
Yeah.
But that's in where's Black's? Because that's with cruises, right?
that's up,
like
like,
the
in the
barbecue.
drag.
What
That's-
the fuck is it called? What's the
BBQ?
barbecue place called? You know, back there, broadcast.
Rudy's.
No.
Roundup.
The place where the 3
Come
barbecue
on.
places
Franklin's?
are. Damn you. Oh. What is it? No. Where the hell is it? Where's the place?
I just hear barbecue, so I'm not sure what.
Lil Barbecue.
No. It's
Barbecue
like
Heaven?
no.
Barbecue Hell.
They should know. Lockhart. You're worthless. Lockhart.
I found it.
Lockhart,
I dug
Texas.
deep. I got it.
Ask for a location next time.
I said, where's the place? Lockhart's a fucking place, Tyler.
Where's the place?
Place is
You
Lockhart.
would have lost
What
in
the hell are you talking about?
game.
Wingstop and Pluckers. Shelby?
Anyway, Lockhart has like the 3. That's like the
Barbecue
barbecue
conversation.
capital of Texas. That has the 3 like go-to barbecue.
Oh, you meant like
places.
an actual
Wingstop.
Yeah,
like a place, not a place.
Lockhart, Texas.
Like
Yeah,
a place,
it's like 45
place,
minutes.
like an
away.
actual region,
like a location.
a location.
A location
You
on
said
planet
the place.
Earth.
I go another restaurant. Like
Yeah, and I kept saying no.
I know,
No,
and I'm
the
like,
place where they
well, what
have
do
the
you
barbecue
mean?
restaurants. Well, again, you're not. They know.
I know,
They're from here, or lived here. Anyway, that's where Black's is.
Okay.
Terry Black's is in Austin. Yeah, it's
Barbecue's
very
capital
good.
of the world.
And I mean, that's what they call it.
Wow.
Because that's like a whole barbecue tour thing. If you go to Lockhart, you go. Well, you eat a tiny little bit because it's like 45 minutes away, and you go to all 3. You never just go to one.
It's like wine tasting.
That's like exactly.
You're not supposed to taste it.
That's
You're
like if
supposed to drink
someone's in
the wine.
town and they want barbecue, it's like, oh, we'll drive to Lockhart, we'll have a little brisket here, have a
We'll
little
run the
brisket there.
strip.
They're all like right next to each other.
Okay.
I've been there twice, I think. That's pretty good. It's a fun trip to go. If you get a bunch of people that have never been there before, it's certainly not. Got to get barbecue. I'm gonna drive 45 minutes.
Right.
I was
But it's fun to do on the weekend.
I think it was another like Business Insider or whatever, and it was a place that's like, it was crowned like the best place
Thank
in
you, Shelby.
Texas for barbecue.
Your definition is more on my side.
And,
Place, noun.
A particular position or point in space.
Oh,
Which is more
space
accurate than
works?
like a restaurant.
So when you're asking for a good place to go, I could be talking about like there's
Could be
the
space.
Lagrange point just off the moon this time of night.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you could.
Talk about L3, baby.
Theory.
So I went
Not theory, you just did it.
Oh no! So one of the best like barbecue places in all of Texas. Like apparently, like they only award this every like decade or half decade. But there's a place that's like a couple hours away that ended up getting the award for it. And so they did a little like, you know, day in the life of, and just like seeing them prep all the meats and everything, and all this kind of stuff, and like seeing
That
like
shit starts at like 3 a.m.
yeah, it starts
so
and
fucking
starts so early, days ahead. They was like interviewing everyone, and it was really cool because it was like a small group of people, maybe like 5 of them, and they're like fucking with each other, and they're, you know, they're prepping, they're hanging out, cooking the meats. There's like the lead griller. She was like super kick-ass, and she's like, oh yeah, I want to start my own like. It was interesting because they were like, with barbecue places, you're either there long enough when you're like grilling as like the
You
grill
either
master.
eat or get eaten.
You either become partner or leave and start your own thing. And I was like, oh, that's.
branch
I was
off.
like, oh,
Like
that's-
lawyers.
I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't
like
know
the
that.
barbecue.
Right, and I was like, oh, this
LA
place
barbecue.
is cool. The people are cool. Like the 5 of the personalities, you can tell they're all tight knit. And I was like, I love this place. This place looks delicious. And then I was like, oh yeah, and you know, we have our break times, and you know, the person interviewing was like, what do you guys do during the break? And they're like, oh, you know, we just we hang out, play some games, and then cuts to them putting a fucking monitor in the like not in the kitchen, in the dining area. They bring out the fucking like switch like controller, like the what is it, the Wavebirds. And then they load
like
up
the GameCube?
Smash, and then it's
wireless?
like Final Destination, no
Three
And I was like,
stop,
these
let's go,
motherfuckers know the
baby!
game, bro. I'm like, this place is awesome. And then
sign me up.
obviously,
Now I need to go.
Like any delicious barbecue place, there's a line hours before, sells out right away, and then that's that. And I was like, I need to go to this place.
Franklin's is the closest we have to that, which is like maybe not the games, but like line out the door. I've never had it because
It's Franklin's
always,
and it's LA Barbecue or Le Barbecue.
Oh, really?
Because that
Barbecue?
Le Barbecue, that guy worked for Franklin.
God.
It's exactly what you're describing.
that's what you're saying.
I didn't know that was a fucking thing.
Neither did I.
He worked
It's
for
a BBQ
Franklin, and then
circuit.
so it's
Yeah.
very similar to
my
Franklin.
God.
It's like as good. Back
keep
in
the money moving.
636, that was like relatively new, the barbecue,
like become
and we could
partner.
go, we'd get it for lunch, and it'd be like a 30-minute wait. And it was like as
not
good
too
as
bad.
Franklin's because it was the guy that like worked for Franklin.
Right. He
I've
knows
had
the secrets.
I've had Franklin, I think 3 times, and 2 times it was picked up by somebody else.
Yeah.
Where it was like someone waited in line for
that is
4
a thing,
hours
yeah,
and then
it's-
brought it like a huge order.
Before Uber
Because
Eats
it's
really-
hours of waiting.
Oh, for sure. Before Uber Eats really took off, that was something that I learned coming here like 8+ years ago, is that you could pay somebody to stand in line for you.
Is there an app service for
Wait,
that?
what?
I don't know if it was an app or what it was,
How do
but
you find someone?
I don't know.
You just go on the street?
Maybe it's
Are
just
they
a
like,
friend of yours, but like
they
Craigslist, yeah.
ticket resellers? Are they just like hanging out around, being like, "Hey, I'll wait in line for you"? Like, that's
Or is
crazy.
it-
I mean, it wouldn't shock me
never done it.
specifically
Is
if it was like
Favor
for.
or TaskRabbit now?
I mean, now there's a bunch of options where you can order Franklin ahead of time, but it's like months out, right?
Oh,
like where you don't have to wait. They'll like open it up like, hey, literally you're just like, I want Franklin's and I don't want to wait, and they're like, we can give it to you on this day, essentially.
do you just get what you get, or can you pick?
No, I think you order it.
That's nice.
But like
Like, pick your
it's like day of pick. It's not like catering and like that. It's like ordering for pickup, but it's like weeks or months in advance. And they only open it, it fills in the.
You could come back in August.
There's
you
a
know?
sushi
Right,
place
but
here
I mean,
that does
shit.
that
If you don't want to
30
wait,
bucks out.
at least you get it.
Uchiko?
Not
No, they're not that
Uchiko.
bad.
Yeah, they're not that bad. There is a place here in Jackie's been a couple of times where there's only like 8 seats, and it's like it's like at the beginning of the month, it's like, okay, we open up for like
Those
2-3
are special
months
ones,
down.
Yeah,
and
they
it's like,
make it right in front of you.
and it's like, yeah, it's like a 12-course meal thing. They just keep
There's
serving.
a special name for that.
Yeah,
Those
and I
are
was
sick.
like-
I've always wanted to do one of those.
Yeah, I've never done one of those. So I was like, man, that seems cool. Oh, that reminds me though, like, you talk about Uchiko. Man, I was like, cool, Valentine's Day, right? February 14th. It's like January 10th. I was like, you know what? Let me get ahead of this and book a restaurant now.
Smart.
Let me get way ahead of it.
Right.
Everything is fucking booked. Like everything.
You
is
missed the
fucking booked.
window.
what do you
It was
mean?
during Christmas.
Just like
Wait, what do you mean?
like
It was
all the like
last
really nice
February.
restaurants.
You gotta look next year.
There's no seating,
What do you
bro.
mean there's
It's nothing.
It's all booked. Reservations.
For when?
For Valentine's.
Valentine's.
This guy's gonna be like, look at my huge reservation.
Wait, are
at
you
these.
serious? What, are you about to whip
I
out
booked something.
a
Did you book something
reservation?
too?
No, I'm doing it right now.
For next year.
He's like, I need to know. Wait, you're kidding, right?
Oh no, you know what? That's right. Lindsay did it this year. I'm good.
Nice.
Oh.
It's already done. We got dinner. We
Did
got
you forget
overnight.
about Valentine's Day?
What? No. I'm saying Lindsay already did it.
wow.
We already have a
Lindsay's on top of it.
overnight and all that.
That's so
Hell
cute.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
That's one of those
What's
things
it
where,
like to be in love?
Sorry.
Beautiful.
That's cool.
It's cool.
I forgot.
I love that for you.
So I was saying that out loud, but I grabbed my phone for another reason. I said,
panic.
I was ready. I was like, are you about to just like show your reservation at the place?
Goddamn you! Goddamn you!
I witnessed it happen. It happened. Listen, I
loves.
can't be sure.
Okay, so something that used to happen.
Okay,
a
put me on,
lot
because like,
was this man would just send me shirtless pics of himself. Okay, just fucking shirtless pics. He'd send it, and then
well, when I got my pump on.
Right, when he was in like I'm working out, he's like,
Got it.
check it out.
Right.
Just,
I'm trying to inspire.
Post-workout
He would
back
just
and
Trying to
Send
inspire.
it.
Exactly.
And I'm talking
Trying to
about like
inspire.
Michael and I, we text.
That was today, baby.
Yeah, we
Did you
hang
just
out, we
send him
text
some
about
pics?
random shit.
No.
And
You wanna
like
see what
every
leg
once
day
in a while,
looks
it's
like?
just bam, shirtless photo. That, and then also he kind of
That
like
was leg day.
It was like this guy needs
Leg day was hard.
sending
Like a fucking
photos.
I see that, but I
randomly
think you were showing off
is
what you
not
worked
enough.
out.
So this man had to
mean,
get me a different way.
please.
But what he started to do is randomly, when I was looking, flash me a nipple. Just flash me a nipple.
Just one.
And I'd be like, what the fuck? And then people would be like, what happened?
What?
happened? I'm like, no. It just happened.
Or like it would be. I'm not gonna do it.
I've been in the
right here.
I'm not gonna do it, but it'd be an example like this, right? This is a perfect scenario. Three of you were talking, I'm like, oh, this is grabbing and blast him. You think
And then you
possible.
and I are talking.
Right.
But I'd walk in, I'd be like,
I'm
I would be
looking
like,
at
yo,
you.
PK,
I'm
what is
looking at
what is that? And then I'd blast him, and then I'd leave.
Right.
And so he can't see it, and you didn't see
Right,
it, and he
right.
goes, ah, and then I walk off.
Nipple.
Right.
And then we're like, what? Nothing happened.
Exactly.
Then I walk away.
So now this man's getting toned. It's happening again.
It's happening.
Happening again. It's
I can't help but notice that happened at about the same time that Tumblr let the nipples back in
Yeah.
play.
There's a-
did
there's a-
they?
There's a
Nipping back
correlation.
up?
Nipples are
it
game
is.
again?
It is. Rated
Can I nip
R
out?
on Tumblr
Presented
again.
nipples are
Yes.
back.
Yes.
shit.
And we're here for it.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Full
hold
set.
on. I got a couple of chocolate
Nipple
nips.
season.
The only nips. You should start making those.
A couple of chocolate. Dude, I went clothes shopping again. And there was. I went clothes shopping again. I was like, I need some new shirts. Let me get some new shirts.
Right.
And I was like, let me get some lighter colors. I got so many dark colors. Anyways, why don't you start pulling out shirts?
Stretch, let me see.
And then I was like, oh fuck, can't wear half of these.
Oh, this could be a-
White
this
and
could be a
see-through.
dangerous
And I got
Right.
dark. That can't wear that shirt.
I mean, you don't see my
mix it
nipples,
out.
do you?
Right,
Yeah, but
but
you're-
mine's are like Hershey's.
No, I know, but
dark.
Pink is a piglet.
I don't know. Pink is no, they're not that pink.
Dude, there's
I
like,
wish.
like shirts from
Or
like
purple.
Express. I can't wear them. It's just
From the
all
egg.
there. All you can
the
see
egg.
is
Is it too tight? Is it the- or-
no? You just I don't.
Just see-through?
it's too
It's the
tight.
fabric.
The fabric is too see-through, and so like my nips show through. My dark nips show.
How's
through.
this shirt? I mean, this is a
This
pretty
shirt
light
is
shirt. Is it the thickness
No,
of the
but
shirt?
it's,
Is it-
it's
or
the
is it-
thickness.
I can tell. Plus, it's got a pattern on it.
not-
So you can't wear any
material.
affliction.
The nips blend in with.
I imagine you can't be caught dead wearing like an undershirt.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, I can't.
You're not an undershirt person.
You just see two.
You don't be wearing them.
two circles, and then just like it's like, dude. Even when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, it's
You're
like,
going,
oh,
you're
like,
going,
come
come on!
Come on!
Up here. Up
I'm not gonna
here.
look anywhere else. It's
Maybe you
just
do.
right there.
Maybe you could do pasties.
It's like, did you just smash like?
You can wear pasties under
Oh,
it.
that could be hot.
cookies on
Pasties are
yourself?
in.
Are
they
I
in
want to
right
start
now?
chafing or
Yes.
something.
I mean, they gotta have chafe-free pasties.
There's probably chafe-free paste.
I mean, at the
Oh, yeah.
technology at this
Oh,
point.
we've ascended.
Oh,
We're at the
right.
point where there's a
Absolutely.
variety.
I
of
imagine you
pasties.
can put
You
on a
need
pasty
runner's
that's like,
pasty.
you could probably put a pasty on that's like,
But like all that, just like I wear a fucking
like good for your
white shirt.
skin.
I can
Yeah,
wear
oh,
a shirt.
moisturize.
Exactly.
Yeah. They've got-
Moisturize your nips.
Yeah, you need to
Maybe
get
they'll
the
lighten
lotion
up a
out.
little bit.
I gotta bleach them.
Spray the nip. Spray the nip.
No. I feel like that would hurt.
No.
I feel like they'd fall off.
I mean, bleaching anything hurts, right?
Well,
Bleaching your
imagine.
hair hurts.
It's chemicals, my guy.
You're burning.
There's a reason I'm not a blonde, okay? I'm not doing it.
It does hurt a little bit.
I did it one time. It sizzles the scalp.
It does.
Just a little bit. But then that's how you know it
You have to
works.
tell them when it's burning, and then they go, it's fine.
But when you do it yourself, you don't know what's appropriate.
You
So
just
go,
gotta stand there.
I'm
Because it doesn't
hurting.
burn.
Yeah.
That means it's working.
But then you go, oh shit, I don't know if it's supposed to burn this much.
Right. You have no barometer.
I've gone through a lot of relaxer to like straighten your hair, so it's like the chemical straightening instead of the iron, and
Yeah.
that is a fire.
Is
if
it
you leave
really?
it onto it. It is death. It's like dyeing your hair, but worse. Like so, whatever you're describing, 110%
Is that
you want
like
to cry.
similar to like perming, where
Yeah.
it's just a chemical process that changes
Can't perm too much.
the structure of the hair.
It's the same type of perm, but when you're doing curly hair, it's relaxing it.
It's the
So making
opposite
sure-
direction.
Yeah.
I always liked growing up because this was back like before super advanced DNA, right? Before like super good forensics.
Yes.
So back in like the 90s,
just
like
wanted to
2000s. No. Back in like 90s, 2000s, and it'd be like, we knew this person lied about the murder because no one would take a shower right after a perm.
right.
Shit like that. It's like, gotcha.
That's legally
Gotcha.
blind.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is.
But that's also
I think
like
I
real
watched that
shit.
with you though.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
it only lasts a certain amount. So like you aren't.
But it's just like, I just remember before like DNA, like that, and be like,
That
and we
was
got,
evidence.
and you look at it now and you go, fuck, was that evidence though?
It's very
Was that
flimsy.
circumstantial or like?
Right.
Would that hold
Right.
up in court of law?
And it's like, we got him. It's like,
10 years in prison.
but what about, didn't he have an alibi that he was at work? Well,
Right.
he did, but.
Yeah,
But the perm.
But the perm.
Perm.
Yeah, no,
Dude, when you see shit like people not get convicted on evidence nowadays, you go,
Yes.
how the fuck did they get off? Then you go, how was any any process ever accurate ever before like 15 years ago?
Right.
20 years ago. It's insane, man. It's crazy. Both ways. Where it's just like you're watching something going, well they didn't do it.
Well, that's why we have.
Or you're like,
a huge
they
wave.
They definitely did it.
Definitely.
What are you doing? They're like, no, we can do.
Yeah. Well, we have a huge wave right now of like whether it be documentaries or whatever, of people like being exonerated because before DNA in like the early 90s or whatever, they're like, I guess it was just a really good story, like the perm thing. Like, I think that makes a compelling show or movie as a listener, as an audience. But when it's somebody's life, it's. I'm just grateful to not be a lawyer. That seems like way too much stress to figure it all out. And like, am I convicting the wrong person? Is this the right person? Can I trust this person? Too much.
It's too much.
I'm gonna bring it back to meat.
Okay.
I've noticed a trend.
Go ahead.
And I'm curious if
Alright.
you guys want to get in on my
Big
scheme.
fan of meat.
Okay.
Hold on now.
Yeah,
Right.
you are.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
love meat.
noticing
All, like gushing in my
eggs.
mouth.
Eggs are the new gold. Meat is the new silver. Prices
accurate?
have gone
What
through
does
the
that
roof.
Oh, prices for eggs have gone.
Prices have gone through the roof.
Gotcha.
The
But
meme-
not lemons. Interesting.
Not lemons. The meme is that if you've got eggs, it's like, whatever. Like, I won't tell anybody I won the lottery, but there will be signs, and it's like somebody with a bunch of eggs. But I've noticed a new trend now that a lot of people are like butchering their own meat, and so they're going to like auctions and buying like full cow
Too much
bits,
Animals?
and then going to the butcher and having that big lob of what was cow turned into like, here's a bunch of like flank steaks, here's a bunch of ribs, here's a bunch of shoulder, here's a
You
bunch
can
of
do
ground
that.
beef.
You can
Live
and
animals?
you can do
Well,
that at like
yeah.
Max Krumke. Like he's got like a farm. He's got the
What do
beef
you think
farm.
meat is? Hold on, pause. What? Yes, he
I'm
does.
sorry. I'm
I
trying.
don't know if they're buying live animals. I don't know that.
That's
part.
what
I haven't
I'm
looked
trying.
that up.
I'm trying to play this out of my mind.
Yeah,
You go, you wake up, you're like, oh yes, let me get a fresh
that
cut,
one.
and
Well,
you
it's
go and
more
get
like-
a
well,
whole
it's more
animal,
like- it's more
and then
like
take it to
you-
a butcher, or like is it
just-
slaughtered?
Basically,
You
like
take it.
I just buy it from the butcher.
That's what I'm confused.
there's a couple scenarios, but I know like one of them is like literally like you buy the
buy the-
cow,
yeah.
and they're
That's
like
what I'm
they're
saying.
like we got it,
And we'll
take
kill it
care
for
of
you,
it, and
we'll-
it just gets like, and then you just get like all the shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
That
here's
makes
this
sense
part,
to
here's
me.
this part, here's that
Sure.
part, here's that
But
part.
the way he said you're gonna buy it and then take it.
Well, I'm
to
sure
the
there's
butcher.
probably a cheaper service where you cut out the middleman. Like I'm describing the middleman,
The
right?
middleman-
Where you buy the cow and they do it. You could probably go get your own cow,
middleman
and they go,
cleans your hand.
you go,
And
you
then
give me the cow, I'll drive it around.
Oh, you just drive the cow around.
I mean, you got a
Look for
truck,
a
I
butcher
don't
that's
know.
gonna take a live cow.
Probably.
Listen,
I mean,
I haven't
imagine-
studied it enough, but I'm
I mean,
wondering,
most.
regardless of
then
the
they-
answer,
it's
I'm
the-
trying to
it's
get
the
on this
bulk
scheme.
goat.
I mean, they'll
Right?
probably kill it before you take it. I imagine.
The
You
fresh
would probably
meat
just take the whole.
steak?
You would probably
Yeah.
take the whole cow dead.
I'm trying to get some good, tasty steaks at a
Okay.
nice, reasonable price.
I feel like I do in the
And if we all go in, we can split a full cow. I can't eat a whole cow by
I'm just
myself.
saying,
Yeah,
in
but
the
you
30
got-
minutes that I'm
here's
taking
the
home
thing,
this
though.
live cow, I'm gonna become friends with this cow.
Yeah.
Right,
well,
I already have
I'm gonna be
emotional
honest.
attachment to this
I'm gonna
cow.
pick
I'm gonna be honest. The
That cow's my wife
the cow's
already,
probably
like-
dead. You're probably leaving with a dead cow. I would imagine.
Well, he's saying no.
I don't think that's
know.
right.
I
I
don't
don't. I
know.
think. I
He's saying
think.
they're
I think
doing,
even if
and
they
that's
don't.
a different way.
I think even if they don't butch the
Come
cow,
in,
they
Steven.
probably kill it before
They probably
give it to
slaughter
you.
it first, then go,
And then
okay,
they're
you
just
want to
like,
take it.
whatever you want to do with it.
So you just drive around with a dead cow in your backseat?
I mean, how else you get it?
Hey, Billy the Butcher, are you ready to chop me up?
And it has like the bolt in its head.
I mean, I imagine it's going to be in like one of those little wagons, right?
'Cause it
Like
has-
Do you think
behind
they
you.
just shoot him?
No, they take the bolt gun. It's like a pressurized. It's like a gun
Show
with a
age.
bolt in it. It wasn't it.
Was it it? It was it.
So it's a gun with a bolt in
movie.
it, and then it's just hooked up to like an air hose, and then the air pressure just shoots it in, and so they just kind of go.
It's like a piston.
He's looking at me like, yes, BK.
It's a piston that just goes.
Yeah, and it's real.
So I mean, like, I guess you're driving around with the hole in his head.
Hole in the head.
I mean, again, I don't know. I haven't done it. But
In the
you're
back
right.
of your
You can't
truck?
just
What's the
like buy.
alternative? Chop the head off. And
Here's
then
the problem,
headless
though.
cow?
Well,
Right.
here's the thing. You
You
only
need a
need
slab of meat.
right, but again, the farm isn't going to chop it up.
No.
The butcher's got to
Yes.
do that. I mean, you probably
Where are you
could.
finding butchers?
You could probably find a 2 for. Well, you figure that out before you get the cow.
Right. Yeah.
Right? You want to figure that out.
Just step one.
You don't step 1 get the dead cow. Step 2
Street with a
fuck.
cow.
What do I do? Who wants to cut cow?
Can anyone kill
Can anyone chop this?
The thing about it, you got to remember though, is like you're not going to get 15 steaks from a cow. It's all kinds of different shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how much? I don't know
Right,
what a
the
cow
cuts
is. Like
of
how
it.
many strips is one cow? How many New York strips? Because I'm immediately
What's the ratio?
we can all go 25% on a cow. But it might be
Am I
like
gonna
there might
get,
only
like-
be a couple of strip
Right.
steaks.
And
You know
there's,
what I mean?
like,
And then
cow liver
there's like who wants the tongue? Like, I don't give a shit. I don't want the
I
tongue.
don't want the tongue.
How many porterhouse steaks are on an average cow? All right, let's see.
Excellent.
An average of 525 kilogram cow has about 27 cuts of porterhouse steak,
That's a
about
lot.
9
That's way more than I
kilograms
thought.
of porterhouse. But what was the steak you wanted?
Well, I said strip.
A
New York
strip.
strip.
New York strip. Pretty average cut. I think
a
the
good
one that's going to be
medium.
the
That's a good
hardest to get a
amount.
bunch of is the fillet. It's just not as big of a
That's
meat.
why it's a fillet. That's why it's
Hey
expensive.
Siri,
Yeah.
how many strip sirloins are on an average cow? Let's see here. All right, let's see. There's about 20 cuts of T-bone steak. Okay, so it's giving me all of it.
20 cuts of
Steakboys.com. Shout out. Oh, it's listening to everything. The answer went away.
A lot of.
What the fuck?
It started listening to me again.
You got me so excited.
I was invested.
And then you went,
ready
the
to get
answer
the
went
actual
away.
number.
The answer went away. I'm gonna look it up. How many
Shit ass.
That's
strip
a lot of
steaks?
meat.
Even someone in
In
chat
a
was
cow.
like, they got the cow and did the thing we're talking
20 to
about
24.
last winter, and they still have meat from when they.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you
yes,
freeze
That's
it.
why I need like 4
That's
people.
You need like a cow
this thing
freezer.
up.
You gotta have like a meat locker.
A meat locker.
But how long can you freeze steaks before
You
it
gotta
starts getting a
jerky
little
the
hard?
meat.
At
You
least a
gotta
year.
like.
You can freeze it for a
Take
while.
care of it. I mean, freezer burn can be avoided if you're taking care of it.
How do you take care
I
of
do
it?
not eat enough
You gotta stay on top of it.
enough meats in my life.
You know what I mean? Just make sure you
No.
go in there, squeeze it a little bit.
Pet it,
Yeah.
rub it
Pet it?
down.
You
Tuck it in.
box
You get your lips
All right.
stuck to it because it's frozen.
All right.
Like licking a pole.
The average cow is 525 kilograms. This is what you're going to get out of it. Sirloin steak, 7 kilograms worth. That's about 20 cuts. Depending
that's
on,
pretty good.
Depending on the size of steak you're looking for.
that's a
T-bone steak, 14 cuts.
lot.
Rib steak, 12 cuts. Short ribs, 12 cuts. Rump, 11 cuts.
You don't
Tenderloin
eat?
steak, 10 cuts. Porterhouse, 27 cuts.
So many porterhouse.
Kidney and hanging tender.
Biggie doesn't need much.
Yeah, I don't eat much.
You don't need,
Biggie
you don't
doesn't
need
need
much.
much. So that means this, maybe like we split like 90% of it.
Dang.
I don't know where I'm gonna put all this shit though.
All right, I'll be the driver. I just want to be there for it.
I just see
It's just
BK.
a normal deal. You're going in and buying it. There's no heist.
No
Wait,
heist.
We're clear. Go.
Go.
We bought it.
I see the 3 of us hauling in this cow, and BK just walking in to the butcher shop going, wow, this place really does exist.
This is a real place.
lying.
You were telling the truth.
Wow, you're
Yeah, I want to have a meat
You're a
party.
butcher, huh?
You're a butcher. What's it like?
You're like, come on back here. Like, you become a butcher apprentice.
I'd be like, yeah, sign me up, and I'll go and make my own butcher shop afterwards.
Right.
You
Give
taught
me
everything
partner, or I
I
leave and make my own shop.
You're like, you've taught me everything I know. I'm making a new shop.
See you real soon.
Wow,
you down.
that's wild to me. But that's the, I guess, like barbecue culture.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, cool.
I mean, that's what everybody else, like, well, I mean, not everybody, like individuals do. It's what businesses do. It's like they just
True.
do it for you so it's convenient for you. And then the more middlemen there are, the more the margins they create. And so the higher the prices down the line. So if you can cut out all those layers and bring it back to the cow at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And if you can stomach the process and have the freezer space, you can have like, I was seeing all sorts of prices, but they were, somebody was like 20 cents an ounce or something. So like,
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Hey, resale? Do you have to get like a permit?
I don't know. See that if you sold
Like,
to,
I got the cow, I
friends?
butched it,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, yo,
as a
I
business.
do
I
don't think
what's
you can
good
just
with
publicly
it.
sell
I got
meat.
mad porterhouses in the building. I'm
open up
selling
a
them. Here we go.
restaurant,
Like,
I mean,
More so like do it
I mean, here's the
and then
thing.
you got meat for the
I
year.
don't think you can do it like publicly,
public.
but if you bring it to the back,
they're-
talking
if you
about-
bring it to the back of the Rat and Grackle,
But I'm just
the rat and grackle.
Rat and
That's where I do
grackle.
all my meat wheeling
I'm
and
just
dealing.
saying, if you open
Chop
up an
it up.
exclusive Slack channel,
oh shit!
and
all of their
invite
meat is actually grackle. though.
only certain people
Find
I
here,
mean, I like
who love meat.
dude.
Have you heard about the dude who was? For some reason,
Grackle.
I was back in the day where we had boom mics, and when you were back there, you started speaking. So I was like, oh, they're not going to hear him. So I stepped right on you.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care. Stop.
Oh, is this a bottle
So
opener?
this is I don't know if we're selling this yet, but we are soon. That and this hat.
I like that.
Remember I've talked about how I was
that
like,
right
we're
there.
gonna steal Torchy's hat. Boom. Here it is.
It's amazing.
Here's the monkey as the devil holding a switchfork instead of a pitchfork. And instead of saying damn good, it says not good. on the back.
This is like a.
This rules.
Oh, it's like a magnetized bottle.
So
opener.
it's a bottle
Shape
opener.
of a bottle cap.
And it's a bottle opener, and it's also got you can do twist offs too.
Oh.
If you still want to use it.
If you
for
got
a twist
delicate
off.
hands.
Yeah,
Sick.
you just don't want to hurt your handy, but yeah, it's a magnet, so it snaps on. And
And,
then I got the Rat and Grackle shirt.
What's the bag?
What's the bag?
See that?
The Rat and Grackle shirt is Face Jam's equivalent of the Vampire Diaries, The Mystic Grill, where the monkey decided, I'm going to open a restaurant, and he called it the Rat and Grackle. And so this is just kind of like the,
Open late, established 2019.
no bugs, there's no
And
bugs.
Grackle, local pub, bug-free! Exclamation mark.
Why are you advertising bug free? I feel like that means that they're definitely bugs.
Because it doesn't matter. Face Jam has successfully passed the hurdle of getting merch made
Yep.
that talk about and mention bugs. And no one knows why or asks us, but they do it anyway.
I love that.
I was specifically this shirt I celebrated. We did it. Like they're just straight up putting no bugs, and nobody, for sure, no one making these has any idea what the fuck
Right.
it means or what it is. But it's fine. They go, okay, well, I'll put no bugs on it.
Programming. You don't really
It's
know
fucking
what
fantastic.
you're doing, but
You
it's
just type in
Right, but sometimes people push against, right, where they say, hang on, this bug thing.
you're like, no.
Nope, not. I'm just saying, it hasn't been issued. They go, bugs, no problem. We don't give a shit what
let
you're
me
talking
just
about.
say-
Patient, whatever you need.
The Rat and Grackle is a beautiful name. It definitely gives the air of a proper restaurant. But when you think about it, a rat and a grackle are some bottom tier meats. I don't know.
I also did not know what a grackle was till 3 hours ago.
Right, you were like, what?
Grackle
Why is a grackle shaped like a bird? And I'm
I was like,
"Well,
yeah.
that's a bird."
what-
Apparently, which is a common thing because K-Cam was just saying something similar about someone not knowing what a grackle was.
When you say that, like
no,
it's a
he knew,
common
he knew.
bird, like
He didn't know
nationwide.
that.
But it is
that was
here.
adorable.
Well,
This is
top
where you
3 birds you think of are not grackle.
Right, but
He walked
when
right in that
I
door
when
with
I
a grackle.
moved here, the first time I saw it, I go, what the fuck is that? And someone's like, that's a grackle.
I don't
and I
know.
knew, and I'm just, it's the only bird
is it?
here
Is it a
because they
raven?
eat all the other birds.
Really, all
It
those
kinda looks like
blackbirds
a
on the thing? I
beat-up
thought those were
raven.
crows.
No, they're
Think
just
like
those are
raven,
grackles.
but pigeon.
They're dickhead lean pigeons that
Yeah.
eat and kill other birds.
Half the time they're missing a leg because they fight.
Like,
Well,
and
get
grackles are so much worse than pigeons. Like growing up, you think pigeons, like, oh, you know, they call them like the fucking flying rats, like pigeons. Pigeons are awesome next to grackle because they're just fat and stupid.
Yeah.
They're just dopey. You know, grackles are like, fuck off, grackle, and they just like they're like, and they're in your face,
was beautiful.
dude.
So they're named grackle for
They're
the sound
they're
they make.
also like you're eating, and they'll be like 3. They don't give a fuck. They're just like, give me. I'll wait for your food. They don't attack you, but they're not like afraid. Pigeons usually wait till you leave,
Yeah.
unless you do the pigeon lady thing where you
Yeah,
throw
and
yourself.
you're like, here,
You know,
come
and then,
to me.
and then you get
I'm
off or
ready.
something. Yeah, when the birds are like,
Oh,
sucking
their
the
little
skin
claws
off you.
land on me.
That's fine. That's fine if you're doing that. But grackles are like, I'm not done yet. You know, if you're
like,
sitting at
you gonna eat
Torchy's
that?
and someone leaves the table, boom, they're
at
on
that
the
crust.
table.
Oh, yeah.
They're like
That's a nice
gulls.
shape.
Yeah, they're little
Grackles
they're little
are in your
monster sons of
face.
bitches.
Like seagulls are the only other bird, and I've only seen it on tape, where they're just as brave as a grackle, where they'll swoop in. If you look away, they'll grab
You've
your food
never
from your hand.
experienced that?
Not personally.
I have been
I've seen them.
baked.
Oh,
Full pizza taken from my hand, slice of pizza
What I said
on the
too,
beach.
what I described,
the-
we were having grackle talk earlier,
Okay.
and then it naturally went to seagulls.
Yes.
And I was like, now at least the seagull's gonna come down. At least it's gonna swoop down. It's gonna pinch a baby's bathing suit, so their bum's exposed comically. At least that's
It's
like
funny.
that's a funny seagull
Right.
thing. Yeah, it's a lotion bottle, and it goes, that seagull's biting that baby's bathing suit. Look, his bum's showing. Classic seagull.
Right.
But also seagulls, at least they get good eats. Beach eats is good.
Beach eats is very
Grackles be eating garbage, just shit, trash, garbage, and I think that's why they're angrier.
Yeah,
Right.
Just
go for it.
trash.
Dude, gulls, they're getting cheesesteak, they're getting
what
fucking
I'm saying.
pizza, all kinds of
That's
shit.
a beautiful.
That's a
Grackle.
good-looking Grackle.
That-
Now find me an
come on.
Austin
I have
Grackle.
seen those.
Austin Grackle
It's
don't
mangled,
look like
missing
that.
It's mangled.
It's
I mean, well, you didn't need it.
Maybe
You already
I
got it on the shirt.
Maybe I just stick a bunch of weenies at the back of my Speedo, run down the beach, and see if seagulls can catch me.
I bet they could.
I never
could.
I never told the story about the guy. I was in LA not too long ago for a concert. Barbara and I went and saw Billie Eilish in like December. And we were hanging out with
Jack doesn't like her.
I noticed. I was hanging out with Josh Flanagan and Nadia. We were just hanging out over in the Santa Monica Pier area, and man, people watching is good over there. But the gulls were going crazy. I watched them carpet bomb this child. I mean, I told you, I saw him come in. I
Relentless.
stepped to the side, and yep, for sure enough, a couple of turds went straight onto his windbreaker, and I was like, ooh.
Oh no!
I was in the splash zone. I moved, I moved away
You're gonna
quick.
dive.
was
You
a
dived
kill
out the way.
shot.
No!
But that wasn't even the end of it. That was just the tip of the iceberg for these Grackles of LA. I would love to know if you guys
The Grackles.
the Grackles, if you have any like SF stories of gulls, because there was this gentleman down on the beach, and I'm not going to judge him for whatever he might have been up to, but he was definitely having a good time. I mean, he was vibing in the sun. He had this like a big sun drawn out in the sand.
Okay.
And
He was doing something.
He was doing something. And he might have been
Something was
on
going on
something. And I
over
mean
there.
more than just his towel on the sand.
They were happy.
He was very happy to
Okay.
be there. But he also was having the fight of his life and losing hard. He had this whole box of pizza, and he was eating a slice. You know, he was chilling.
A tale as old as
Oh,
time.
yes,
A tale
exactly.
as old as
You queued up my
time.
memory here, because he's eating this slice, and he looks back, and these birds are pulling at the box, pulling at it, and he's like, no. He starts like waving at him, and he's realizing he's losing quickly. I think it was a
Retreat.
It was a war of
Abort
attrition.
mission.
It was a war of attrition. He gave up quick. He rolls away, and I don't mean just like a little bit to get some distance. He throws the pizza at one of the birds, giving them all
Right.
of the pizza.
Take it,
in
it's
the
yours.
He's like, fine, it's yours. I'm gonna, he rolls 3 or 4 times away, lands on his hands and knees,
The
looking
man?
back at him. The man.
I'm sorry, I needed
He
to
was
laugh.
more than man now, because he starts kicking the sand like a ball ready to charge. I'm serious. I'll show you photos. I'll show you photos after this. I have live photos.
Animal instinct kicked in there.
Yes.
Like clearly it was
Bro,
fight or flight, and he chose fight.
He chose, you can have the pizza, but I'm gonna have your soul. And so he's kicking the sand like a ball. Like
fuck?
I don't know if he realizes he's not building up any momentum, but he's
It's
posturing.
sand.
He's posturing at these birds. And then he doesn't charge. He just gets up and starts rolling around in the turf, like in the shallow waves. And then he like throws himself back like he was getting shadow boxed by a pigeon or by a seagull.
Damn.
And then he starts splashing around a little bit, and then the birds have all gone. They're all gone now with this pizza. And then he sits back down on his towel after about 10 minutes of all of that. Like nothing happened.
You just watched all
And I watched a good amount of it. I did give him his privacy for the third act.
Yeah, you really
but
gave
I-
him his privacy. You tell
Yeah.
his tale.
After the first and second act, I realized I was really into this dude's life, and I need to give him some privacy.
You're
for the
like, I have the
climax
whole
of this film.
backstory
Yeah.
just by watching. I know.
But I tuned back in just long enough to see him sit down like nothing had happened except without his pizza. It was a wild time.
Wait, I have a dumb question.
I love LA. Yeah, go ahead.
Are pigeons and doves are separate?
Yeah, but they look
it's-
similar.
okay. Pigeons weren't just doves that got dirty.
No, pigeons. A pigeon's like an inferior bird, and dove is like royalty.
Okay.
Yes.
Because when I was younger, I would see a dove in San Francisco, like, oh, you just haven't gotten dirty yet.
Wait,
I'm like,
I don't think
what's
so.
describe to me the process of getting dirty then?
What is that?
what, like hanging out in the streets.
So
You're talking about. Well, you're thinking.
street stuff.
Getting in the trash
You're thinking
and
more of like a dove
hanging
levels
around.
up to a pigeon. Is what
I'm
you
gonna-
were
evolves.
You were
What
thinking pigeons.
evolution?
I was like,
What evolution is a pigeon?
Pigeons aren't
Dove.
born, they're made.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Where it's like, oh, dove. And then,
A little dove is born,
You
and
hung
the
around.
father pigeon's like, I'm gonna turn you into a pigeon, goddammit.
Right.
One day you'll be a pigeon.
You're not
No,
gonna
no.
be some pussy dove.
I'm gonna look up a dove versus
Breaking like all the trees in
You
Texas.
hung out in the
You're
streets
too
long enough,
soft.
you're now pigeon, and you now.
We're gonna get out there, you're gonna fight the rats.
Yeah, you're gonna square up with them. You're gonna
So
get your
I
stripes.
see what you're trying
Fight
to
'em
get
for the-
at. Like,
for the pizza.
Fight for your life.
Similar.
yeah, their bodies look similar, but their color patterns are totally
pigeons.
different.
Pigeons are always like gray and
That, Fredo,
like striped.
They
and
have
That's like
a cool
saying, look,
And,
that's like saying
and
our
doves
shoes
are like
similar.
one
What?
color.
They're
usually
one
just
color.
white, right?
Look, I know the difference
What about
now.
a turtle
Colored
dove?
doves?
Yeah, there's like the
Yeah.
love doves that are like that are more like this,
Yeah,
that
they're-
look more pigeony, but
So
pigeons
I-
usually
so
have
the white doves are always the
Okay,
camera
okay.
doves.
Look,
They're always the
I
one
know
they
the
use in the
difference
movies.
now,
Right.
but I was like,
Okay.
it starts off as a
Good,
dove,
good.
and then there's the brown doves,
You know what?
and then the pigeon.
I know what it is.
And so I was,
You
and so I
watch
was
too
like,
much Pokemon.
Oh, he
oh,
evolved.
that mean, yeah.
Pidgeot.
Pokemon.
There it
I was like,
is.
shit, it kind of like.
It's a Pidgeotto now. This is what it is. That's what
I was
happened.
like, wow, it's just
Right,
not
but a
dirty.
pigeon
It's not dirty yet.
Makes
It'll get
sense,
its stripes, I swear.
Not pigs.
That's just what I thought when I was younger.
I get it. I get it.
I mean,
Pharaoh
yeah,
evolved
play
to
a lot of
Pidgeot.
Pokemon. It makes sense.
That's what I'm
It all
saying. I
adds
think
up
I see
now.
the line now. I think it makes sense.
My mind makes sense now.
Yeah, well, no, it doesn't.
Well, it does.
It's good you're on Red Web because you're in good company with that madness.
We should mention, by the way, we did Dead Space last week.
Oh, yeah, we
Did the
did.
stream. It was like, what was it, like 16 hours?
15 and a half, I think, yeah, 16.
It was 16.
I don't know why he had to round down 30 minutes.
It's
So
a 6162 sort of situation.
Right. Okay. So he's on the 6'2" and I'm on the 6'1".
I think
No,
so.
he's on the 6'1".
No. I'm on the 6'1" saying the real thing.
No. You're on the 6'2".
He's on the 6'2".
You're rounding up.
That's
You're rounding up.
15:37. Dude, that game rules. The game's awesome.
It's fucking awesome. I obviously you went home and played it again
Like
on
a
hard.
maniac.
Yeah, I played it for like I played it for 10 hours
A maniac.
after our stream.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So I think I got to chapter 9. And then I went to sleep and I woke up and finished.
I was streaming like the next day, and everyone was just like, "Yeah, I was just watching."
Well, I rated you because
like-
you were just in there.
I was like,
Oh, PK was here 45 minutes ago. Now that I beat the game.
I would love to know if there's anybody out there monkey barring from one Dead Space stream
I
to the
started-
next, and like, I watched 35 hours straight of Dead Space.
Right. I mean, there's a lot out there, and there's still a little bit more to come.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
So
bet.
a handful of things. Like, you went home, you played it. I ended up playing it on hard, and I played mouse and keyboard. Boy, that was a different experience.
Right.
That being said, trying to help prep Jackie for the bed.
Right. Which we've
Which
talked
is-
about since we discovered the mode was in the game.
Right,
But
impossible mode.
It was like, I don't know, I don't think it was ever like announced, so I just didn't want to spoil that it was in the game before the game came out. You know, and it was funny because we went to SF a couple months ago to play the game, because Jackie and I are part of like the creator council, and we got our name in the credits. That's
So
pretty
cool.
And Jack.
Fucking pretty cool.
I kept saying, don't put him in there. But we played it, and what's funny is we went out there to play test the game. First, like, couple chapters, we got to film footage. It was really cool, And we had, like, X amount of time to do it. And so I finished, like, what
finished
was
it,
there
yeah.
in a shorter amount of time than I had. So I just started playing around, and I went to new game.
Story was real.
And I saw that it was in there, that there's a new mode in the remake called Impossible mode, which is just, it's hard mode, but you only get one save, and if you die, your game starts over, or it drops you down to hard. Basically, it kicks you out of that mode.
Yep.
But they let you have a save, so you can
That way you don't have to
you can save
sit
the game
through
and turn it
whole
off.
game. Yeah.
But also,
Body break.
you can like pause it and quit before you die. Right? So if you're like
Looking
fast
like you're
enough,
dying.
you can be like, fuck, I'm gonna back out.
This
before,
was-
like,
this
because
isn't
if you
happening.
die,
Just cheating.
I mean, not if they leave it in.
Well, for the
cheating at all.
bet, are you allowing this? Like, what are the parameters?
It's a moral question.
I need to know,
It's
like,
not
what?
legal
What
for
is?
Of course it's legal.
Right.
What is tournament standard?
It's not legal
here?
for the bet.
I mean, you're not part of the bet.
It's not legal.
Wait, you're gonna save some for the bet?
He's a
Oh,
ref. The players can't
right.
make the rules.
What?
I'm there to rep, okay?
I'm just.
They're not.
You don't need to go get the sidelines
So,
repping.
so what I heard was
Put us in the checkers.
they grade out load game from when you hit pause. They grade it out so you can't just load the game, but you can just
Okay.
go back to the menu and then load the game
From there.
So If you like, I'm guessing it could be to the point of like getting murdered.
So does it do like those autosaves by?
Well, there's no autosaves.
Right,
There's
I know
nothing.
that, but like, so
Whenever you're
if
one
you then
save
back
goes.
out to the menu before you die, does
think
it
you're fine.
give you a checkpoint essentially?
No, there's no checkpoints. You're just not gonna get your game reset. You're still gonna have to load back to whenever you save.
Wherever you decide.
if you haven't saved it for an hour,
okay.
Throughout the whole
I'm
game.
thinking like you haven't
That
used
being
it yet.
said, I feel like what's gonna get you guys during the bet isn't the necromorphs. It's gonna be the fucking insta-deaths.
Oh, I'm not gonna get God because I'm gonna beat it on first try.
I'm not gonna
I mean,
God.
has Jackie been practicing?
first try.
He's been practicing. They know the
Jackie's
game
been
now.
practicing. And
I mean,
then
I played the game.
Jackie did normal, hard, then new game plus.
I
Or
watched
just
you
hard, then
play
new game
normal.
plus.
No, she definitely started on normal.
She's already, okay, normal, hard,
Yeah.
then new game plus. And then she was like, you know what? Like, let me just go ahead and play it on like an easier like setting. This was like yesterday. And I was like, don't do that.
Rookie mistake.
Don't do that. And she was like, why? And I was like,
You're gonna lower your guard.
as someone that has competed for a decade,
You gotta-
the last thing you want to
gotta play
do
what you're
is set
playing on.
yourself in a lighter environment.
Yeah.
Like you don't go
you get
into
comfortable.
like a tournament and go, you know what? Let me just hit up some casual matches. No.
Let me put on some bots.
No. Yeah, you don't go like. Let me
Put
hit
on
up some
bots, level
Let me,
two.
let me set the HP down. The damn. No.
Right.
You want to keep replicating.
make it worse.
The
You just wanna
environment
make it
that you're
worse.
gonna be
Well,
in.
when I work out,
So I was like,
usually just use 5-pound weights and I
That's
do
what I'm saying.
50 reps.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
That's smart
So I
advice.
was like,
That's
no.
how I build muscle.
Stay in the hard difficulty, go through, because she's like, I want to play it and like read through everything and enjoy the story.
Yeah,
and
she should
lore.
do that.
And I was like, no. I was like, do that on hard difficulty, so that way you're not getting used to like
It being
a
easy,
more
yeah.
generous health, more generous ammo.
Yeah, are
more
the drop
generous,
rates different and
damage.
stuff? Like picking up ammo?
I mean, it's just like
and-
hard.
I just don't
So,
know.
I mean, hard, the biggest difference on hard is I don't think actually the drops are different, which in the first game they were, like in the original.
That's why I was
I think it's
curious.
just you do less damage and you take more damage.
Okay.
I think that's the only
Because a lot of games are
Yeah,
really
I
good.
was
Like,
selling
less
ammo like I had.
Well, that's what I was telling you when
Like
you
I was at Costco
when you were
on
playing on
hard.
normal and you were getting like 6 bullets. I'm like, oh, on hard you're gonna get like 3 or 4, and you don't. You still get
Same.
6.
I'm
still getting
So they changed it. Like
Yeah,
in the
'cause
original,
it used
that's how
to
it
be
was.
so hard. Like,
They would
I ran out of
like
ammo. That's why I
they
didn't
would
finish the
shred
first
your
game.
ammo. And they don't do that in this one. So I think it's just straight damage. Like damage. I mean, I know it is because when you select it, it tells you that. It just says like you take
okay.
more and do less. But I don't think there's anything else. The only other thing that I know gets added isn't on Harder Impossible, but New Game Plus adds like extra harder enemies, which is
it
pretty
does.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like
They
because
fucking
in New Game
eat-
Plus you're like
they-
overpowered as fuck.
Right, you have
and
all
so
of
you're
that.
thinking like, oh, I'm gonna breeze right through this, and like chapter 1 you meet like one of those like dark like elite necromorphs.
Yep.
And I'm like, what are you doing in chapter 1? And it's like a straight New Game Plus only enemy, and they'll suck like 10
Right.
bullets.
You're just like, wait.
And you're like, oh,
not
this is
supposed-
kinda cool,
You're like,
though.
you're not supposed to be here.
I'm supposed to be super powerful.
My plasma cutter's maxed out. You
Yep.
should be scared.
Yeah.
Why are you taking 10 bullets?
If anything,
What's going on here?
Alfredo, boy. So it's like,
Hey, hold on.
I'm doing my New Game Plus run right now. I watched you play it on normal, which is almost like playing it on normal, right? Like I basically
Right.
beat it once, not playing.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Then I beat it on hard, and now I'm on hard New Game Plus, cleaning up all the achievements.
Nice.
If I have time, which I probably won't, I'd like to then do one more hard New Game Plus and do the plasma cutter only.
Cool. Nice.
Because if I do that, I think the impossible will be the last achievement left, and I could like
Smart.
finish.
Focus
and
out.
be done.
Well, it'd just be cool to be like,
Yeah.
oh, I
Hell
got
yeah.
it. It's the last achievement again. I
Absolutely.
think that's the only one I would need if I completed those 2 runs. That said, I'm sure I'll never have enough time to. I'll be lucky if I complete the first playthrough that I'm on now. But for that exact reason, I kept it on hard. Even though it's New Game Plus, so you still like are stronger, right? It's like a little misleading because you're not going to be that strong.
Right.
But I do like that they added those harder enemies.
There's harder enemies.
Because also those won't be there.
They won't.
In Impossible.
So
right?
when
so
you,
it's
when
a
you take
little
more
bit
damage and you're doing less damage when you do the bet, the impossible run, it's going to be slightly easier.
in regards
In
to like
theory.
some enemies. But yes,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
weapons are going to be. Your weapons are going to be.
your
neutered.
what- Yeah, your
What
weapons
is
are
the
neutered.
what is the bet?
So the bet is
You
just
said
beating
the
it.
bet.
It's just
And
beating it.
win.
So the
But, like,
so
is
the
there
bet. So
anything
the
on the line? Is
What?
there a
No,
title?
we've
Or
never
like,
come
how
up with
I
that.
did
yet.
it, bro?
I'll be
Like-
honest. We never came up with that.
Okay, I just wanted to know
more so
what.
just
No,
Jackie.
it was just.
I
It was
think
just.
it's cred.
Well, here's the thing.
challenge.
Well, here's the thing. It's bragging rights, but
Okay,
but
that's
from
fine.
Jackie. She was the
That's
one
fine.
who saw it immediately. Was like, I'll beat you.
Yeah.
I'll fight you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And I
you
was
just
like,
said,
I went.
love that.
Well, I'm doing it
You see
anyway.
the challenge, right.
So I'd be happy to stream against you when you do it. And so we're doing that. We're starting it this weekend,
Okay, cool.
right? If
the
If we-
4th,
if we-
depending on when you're watching, Feb 4.
I'm just saying, good call. If one of us beats it on the first go, that'll probably be it. But I can't imagine just even time-wise. Like a clean run
think it's
could
gonna
take
take-
12, 14 hours.
Yeah.
The thing that's interesting and I'm excited to see is like how different we go about it. Because first of all, there's weapons and upgrades. Like,
Right.
what do you want to
Like
use?
the
What do you want to
play
upgrade?
stuff, yeah.
But then
Honestly, I would
especially,
just plasma cutter.
especially because of this game, there's like optional shit that you may or may not want to do, right? So I'm
Like quests?
So
Like
I
side
was,
quests?
so I was just talking with Jackie, and I was just like, "Hey, like, have you considered the side missions?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do it because like whoever finishes first." I'm like,
Right. She's insane if she thinks this is a race where neither one of us are gonna die.
Right.
And it's whoever finishes it first. Like the idea of racing I'm not racing at all.
Right.
Like if
I'm just gonna
if
play
I'm just saying
it
I'm just saying if I'm
Yeah,
if
it's
I
really
well
fun.
it's more just like if I'm 2 hours in and I die, you're
That's it.
hours ahead of me. I mean that's not it. That's not it because then she could die. My point is in the bed of what it is, you could die 20 minutes before you beat the game.
Right.
So I'm not banking at all of like, gotta go faster than Jackie. That's insanity if that's what she's like. Because if you die, you have to restart the whole fucking game.
Yeah.
so that's what I told her. I was like, "Hey, you have to consider the fact that like." I was like, those side missions will lead to like upgrades, extra nodes.
Huh? Even the extra doors. Like, do you go back and start looking around for like
Yeah.
level 3 doors to get nodes and shit? Is it worth it? I don't know.
I mean, like, and then I was like, you played on hard. Did you need that? Did you do that? Like, these are things you got to be
should be
thinking
thinking
about
about,
for the bet. You know? And then I was like, that being said, because she's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna try and get there as fast as I can. I was like, no. Don't do that. I was like, it's
crazy.
I was like, worst case scenario, you implement speeding things up. If
Right.
your
Oh
chapter's
shit.
behind.
Michael's at chapter 10 and I'm at 7.
Right.
I gotta start hustling.
Otherwise,
But even then, guess
no
what? If I
fucking
die,
point, like,
Right.
otherwise, I was like, don't full send it until you
she should
like
full send.
really. No.
I hope she full sends it early just so she has to watch the opening cutscene over and over
I was curious,
That's
did y'all
gonna
have
be
like
the nightmare.
a spot where you think you might save? Like, have you thought about where your one save?
Well, no. So, but,
Right,
but the
that's a
thing.
good question.
That's
Well,
a big
hang on,
one to
hang on,
think
hang on.
about.
Well, hang on, hang on. The thing is, it doesn't work like that.
Oh,
it's
okay,
not.
sorry,
It's
sorry.
not. You can save it as much as you want.
You only have one save.
You only get one file. If you die, you're still out. You're fucked. It's more like it lets you save the game just so you can turn it off.
Yeah.
Or if you quit before you die.
Okay.
So like even if you save it and then die, that save doesn't do anything for
Okay.
you. That's your game resets lower to hard,
No
and the
no
only
matter
way to
what.
start over is you got to start the whole game
Okay,
all
got
over
it,
again.
got it. That
The
makes
only way that saves
Yeah, I
helps
definitely
you
misunderstood
is
that.
if you just like because the the second game you got three saves.
Okay, yeah.
And that was like you die, you just go back to the save. This is modified where it's like you die, you start over.
Okay.
Yep.
Because to be fair, both the original Dead Space is easier than Dead Space 2, in my opinion. Just there's way more insta deaths in Dead Space 2. And so like it makes more sense to me that Dead Space 2 is like, we gotta give him something.
Give him something.
But also I do think the remake is easier than the
Okay.
original. And so like to me it makes sense
They give you more
that
tools,
you can
or-
do it's just
the scaling.
So
It's
the
just-
other
it's-
ones that
it's-
aren't the plasma
yeah.
cutter are better.
I think it's just better designed.
They're more
and there's
viable.
Just, you're a little bit more deadly.
You're talking about the weapons?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I felt like any
Yeah.
other gun was just not it for me.
Right.
When I
That being said, you using how many weapons? You can use the force gun?
I'm probably
Force gun was good for just
I'm
spacing.
thinking plasma cutter and line gun.
Yeah,
Really?
It's my favorite gun.
The line gun's great.
the legs off.
We'll see. But like I've already thought in my head, like I know you can get the line gun in chapter 4. The second you get your level 2 clearance,
Yeah.
you can backtrack to medical
Yep.
and grab the line gun.
Yep.
However, the game takes you through medical in chapter 5.
Yes.
So I've already been like, I'll probably wait.
Just
Yes.
go.
The
Because
plasma cutter would be just fine.
because also this game, because of the way it's designed, which is good with the director and all that shit, like enemies could still just be popping up. And so like
Yep.
if I go back to chapter 4,
You could end up.
I could fight a couple enemies, get the line gun, proceed, come back again in
in.
chapter 5, and then there's more
There are more
enemies. So
people.
it's like I don't really want to be fighting more people on hard.
wanna fight
That's
less.
true. But again, that's the question of like, but do I want to do side quests? Is it worth it for how many fucking encounters I have to fight? I don't know. I'm excited.
So,
I like that.
I
I'm
ran through
excited
it.
too, just to watch.
It's
Yeah.
way more options than the original
Yep.
game would have been.
So I ran
so
through
cool.
it on hard, and
I know we're a little bit over time, but we'll
Oh, yeah,
finish
we are.
this.
I ran through it on hard. I was able to do all my suit upgrades, the plasma cutter upgrades, and another gun before even doing the side quests. So I was able to do suit, cutter, and a gun of choice. And that was all, none of
that's
it
all you needed?
didn't do any side quests. And so
Okay.
if you're efficient enough, which you are, then you
probably
just sell
I'll-
shit.
I'll tell you
I
this
sold
right now.
I sold so much ammo.
My biggest problem, which I can guarantee you, is going to be over preparing early on, right? Like
And
I,
dragging stuff along.
like no, like I will go out of my way to like not use items early, which will probably could get me killed.
Right.
But if I don't die, it's gonna make it so much easier. I like putting the hump right at the beginning of the game. Because if you like mass save items and shit and sell, you get a couple upgrades early on, it's so much easier.
Super easy.
And I'm thinking in my head,
Honestly,
like,
it's not
if
even-
I were to
not even
die,
necessary.
I'd rather die in chapter 1. It's not necessary, but it could make it a lot easier.
Sure.
And so, I don't know, that still suits my play style.
Okay.
We'll see how many times I get killed where I go, fuck that.
I can't wait. I'm gonna be there double
It's gonna be the
fisting
opening.
stream. I'm gonna be sitting there eating popcorn, taking notes.
Because
All right,
in my
get
head, I was
another
like, I'm
drink.
gonna do an impossible run, probably just like offline on my own.
Same.
So I was like, okay, definitely like want to have and easily at least 2 med packs on me and 2 stasis on me at all times. And at that point,
Stasis is a fucking essential on
it's
harder.
so
Talking about like
simple.
2 refills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, and then I'll be golden. Because I died once, it was during the second Leviathan fight. And we can continue this during the post show because we are over time.
Well, so anyway, check out this weekend, Jackie and I, you can find us on the internet. If you want some more Dead Space content, continuing right now, after this show, we've got the post team playing SnowRunner with Ice Road buddies Larry, Cameron, and Tyler.
Ice Road buddies.
Not Tyler Stout.
It's a little on the nose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ice Road Buddies.
Yep.
Going through a lot with ice.
Well, this is good. I'm excited to talk more Dead Space and then
Same.
play Dead
Nice.
Space.
Same.
And it's like first try of this.
First try, only.
If I finish the bet early enough, I might be able to pop in a couple more reps before I go to sleep.
That's crazy.
He's
Don't
gonna
do that.
bed up and tone up.
I'll send you pictures.
That's okay. You don't have to. You don't. It's not necessary.
It's pretty necessary.
Okay.
it.
We can end it now. Just
Do it.
get me out of here. What the fuck? Broadcast?
Oh.